放弃吧。哎呦，ကောင်းတာပွဲလေးကြည့်မယ်ကောင်းတာပွဲလေးကြည့်မယ်
That might be a setup smoke missing outside of B.
Made for your efforts. Could have been worse.
They don't bother breaking this open yet. Nico's got a cache of utility.
This next one could hit hard. Kyosuke's just gonna commit to the fight now. It's Nico blind momentarily. Here's that Hail Mary push out through the tunnels. TeSeS a little wild. At least Shiro finds one, trying to move it forward. Doubles down inside of the site. But the mid-hold can just give him enough time. Then there's a bomb plant to come through from Shiro and hands on that M4.
Yeah, do you even want Magic to leave? That's the question. Shiro's gonna upgrade to this M4.
But as he departs, the CTs get going, and they're not going to waste time. Kerrigan wins the duel with that AUG. Magic's tagged down to half. Tech9 bested. It's Finn with a couple of kills to clean up. And he senses that timing, the tempo. You know when that Magic's departure from mid happens, just go ahead and prioritize the retake. So in what was one kill going into that round.
Okay, let's go.
This is a shocking start here for Falcons.
ဖိုးစီးတယ်ရအောင်တကယ်ထုနေတာဟာ
Everything in place. No one over
တကယ်ထုနေတာဟာ
30 so far here for Team
ဝိုင်းကြီးမကြည့်
Spirit.
ဘူးလားတဲ့ဝိုင်းကြီးကဘာဝိုင်းကြီးကစော့နေပြီလား
Shiro's kills allow for a bomb plant finally here for Spirit. That's the best we can say about this half so far. There is no scenario where you go to sleep last night thinking this is how the game will begin. Considering your confidence versus this team.
An 8-0 Monacy wants blood in the 5th round of play. Zontix is untradeable at the moment. TeSeS goes in, dies out, and Zontix anticipating something else, just pauses for a second.
Yeah, knows the double push is going to be taking place. TeSeS's spray's looking a little bit funky right now. Two rounds, he gets 1 bullet damage there.
USP was clean, but you're right, ever since.
Now it's a risk. Right now, all Falcons want to do is just dissuade them from coming here.
Pops it open, sees nobody close. Would love to get one off before the pack fully commits, but he's got no other way to reopen that, so he'll put a smoke in front of it instead.
Honestly, holding this would just be beyond.
Ooh, Donk's dead. No second kill. Zontix trades through. Magic's got the mid-fight. Kerrigan's going to use that advantage of the AUG, but it's a man advantage for Team Spirit, and you can already see the hesitation there for Falcons to think about this retake. Spirit get through.
Spirit are on the board now with a round. There will be Kyosuke coming in on a flank to look to try to deny
အာ
exits
ရအောင်
if
Dust 2 ကို
possible.
Dust 2က Spirit Man Dust 2
Player
ကိုလုံးခံနေရ
could
တာ
be sold to Falcons. The one that could come back to haunt
Dust 2
them. At
ကို
least
လုံး
that's
ခံ
his
နေရ
goal,
တာကို
obviously.
ကတော့ Champion တော့
So,
Spirit
slight
နိုင်မယ်ထင်တာ
mystery
ပဲ
on what would take place here for the Falcons, of course.
ဒါပေမဲ့
push
ပြောလို့တော့
first,
လည်းမ
push
ရ
goes
ပါဘူး
down that way. No kill, only a
အာ
touch
နှစ်
of
ဖက်ကမတ်
damage.
ရွေးထားတာမိုက်
They
တယ်
lose map
ဘန်
control,
ဘန်
but
ဘန်ဘ
what
န်
they try to do is pretend that
နော်
nothing's
မတ်ရွေးထားတာ
changed. They
တော့
don't
လှ
overreact
ဥ
and
မာပုံမှန်
rotate, and instead hope that either Monacy gets 2 kills, and his form is incredible right now. His form is actually always very good versus Spirit.
Oregon ဖယ်ကွန်ရောက်သွားတာ
Spirit have to really clutch their money. They cannot let anything more go. It's 2 survivors as they close this round out.
One of those survivors, though, Shiro with his AUG. Shiro, as he tends to be the 2nd highest rated player behind Donk coming into the grand finals.
We have a full house tonight. upper rafters stacked with fans. And this final one, you could, some combination of these two teams and Furia and maybe some other underdog, you'd think about it. Donk, whoa, it's early.
Kyosuke right there to handle that.
A walkout, there's no flash in play. Wanted to try to steal some space, but Donk is 0-6 and stood no chance of clearing that.
Just leaving him to stew in it. A horrible start by Donk standards.
This is a setup we've already seen, but it's not the A-split this time.
Nico still flashed in. He's gonna hard commit.
Yeah.
Magic's out of the corner. No Xbox pop-up to deal with him. Just another free kill for the Falcons.
I'm loving the use of Cat. It's really well supported. Again, it's very floaty. It relies on a flasher in the back. You got to have someone playing anti up on the bricks. You have to have a rifler like Nico who's confident on those timing swings. And sometimes you'll flash and someone will be playing anti and someone else will swing. It seems risky, but for now, versus Spirit's T side so far, it's the antidote.
Shiro is really talking. Did you see that?
I mean, they have to be angry. Donk is 0-6. They have barely any kills. They've got one ball plant so far this half. Last round, they win off of essentially one kill and then a good read on the B take.
Monacy နဲ့ Kyosuke တကယ်ပြင်းရင်တော့ Spirit ကလွယ်တော့မလဲ Monacy နဲ့ Kyosuke ကတကယ်ပြစ်တာမနာဘူးအဲ့နှစ်ကောင်ပြင်းရင်တော့နည်းခက်တယ် Learn
anybody. There was a chance that if Donk walked out and they had some kind of interest.
Spirit ဆော့တာတော့ဒီ tournament မှာတပွဲမှမကြည့်ရသေးဘူးဒါပေမဲ့ Falcon ဆော့တာတော့ Falcon ဆော့တာတော့ Falcon ကတောက်လျှောက်ကိုအဲ့လို Carrigan ရဲ့ဟိုဟာနဲ့တော်တော်ကြီးကိုကောင်းလာတာတော်ကြီးကိုကောင်းလာတာ CS မှာဘယ်အသင်းကြိုက်ဆုံးလဲဆိုတော့ Fate ပါ
And with the introduction of Sotfik, as Mali's brought up so many more times, your utility stats have been amazing. This is not a team that is based only around one guy. Right now, they're trying their best to make it a team effort. But that's a moment where they don't utilize all the new things that they've brought in.
It's almost a tapping back into bad habits.
There could have been some kind of bait, There could have been something.
Off for Shiro on the mid doors, doesn't fire. This is a round where Sotfik has had a word with the team. And some of the best coaches are those that can kind of rein things in when the pressure starts to mount, when the rounds against you rack up. We don't really know if he's proven in that regard yet. Whether he'll be a help. Monacy's vision regained as he goes for the mid peak, or rather, long hold.
I love every time we take a look at the map, there's already so much variety here for Falcons. The number of different setups and uses for Monacy, the reason why he's generating so many op kills this tournament is because he's not starting in the same place every round.
He'll have a huge advantage on this.
They're gonna walk into you.
And he's gone.
Yeah, and Donk won't be able to chase this down.
Ooh, awful flash.
Crouches underneath that.
Donk decides to go for it while Monacy decides to double back.
Got an interesting protocol and adjustment. Everybody starts to crunch towards middle.
We go, both teams trying to remain fluid this round.
So they're gonna try to punish Cat here from the CT side. Will they take this peek and run right into the op? Yes.
Yes, they do. Counter picked, man advantage, Spirit. It's a slow burn that got them here. That bomb's about to cross over. They maintain the Cat control. It's gonna be the AUG death for Kerrigan, not this time. Nico in the backdrops, got utility flying beyond him. If he can hold catwalk, then the retake could still be underway. But both him and Tessas dangerously low. And Shiro, to potentially be pinched, is still just sitting on this corner. Now that he's missed the shot, they're gonna try to press into it. He gives Tessas something to think about. And Nico, does he want to try this? 37 health versus 2.
Who's gonna make a mistake?
Bomb at 25 seconds, Donk down beneath that lip of the ledge, and Magix is just gonna pop up eventually.
He wants to play active for this. Nico, could be a reaction. No, Donk will take him out. Second kill for him, takes out Shiro and Nico on the A site. It's a missed shot, a rare missed shot for Monacy. The crouch peek out of long doors is not what he expected.
No coincidence. Donk's first 2 kills, Spirit's second round.
Oh, tricky. The way he flashes back into that position. Now, overall, they get this ARAP going. They'd like to go for these splits. They've in general known when they can have taken long control. Spirit Falcons are not giving them much of a fight over here if they want it.
Oh, Donk's gonna play with timing, charge through. Nico with the blue box, red
commitment.
like a book.
Well,
Donk's wide, sees a second.
ဟုတ်တယ်ပြန်လာပြီ
The game begins.
yeah, he's
ပြန်လာပြီအဲကွာ IG ရတကယ်လှုပ်လှုပ်တယ်နော်
We had a lot of
Hurricane ရောက်သွား
last
လက်ကတော့
round
နည်း
of
မ
Team
ဟုတ်ဘူး
Spirit.
လို့
You
ပဲ
think Magic sitting on the corner, just setting up
Honesty
detail
နဲ့
after
Kiyosuke
detail.
နဲ့
They were
ဦးဆောင်
gonna
လို
have
က်
a
တဲ့
bit
အ
of
ချိန်
a powwow,
ဖြစ်သွား
talking things out before going into commitments. This round stark
Spirit ကတော့
contrast.
Donk တကောင်
You
နဲ့
brought
ပြစ်
up
တာ
already
ဒေါ
the
င်းတကောင်
boss
နဲ့ကတော့မ
moments
လွယ်
on
ဘူး
the
ထင်
different
တယ်
parts of the map. Well, now we're
Right,
getting
right,
different flavors of Donk back to back.
And I was thinking that this is, you know, I just said, Falcons are not really fighting them in the early round over towards long. They don't want to make it that scrappy. They've approached A a little bit differently. Well, here's a change up, and maybe that's why they haven't tried that so often. Spirit handled that extremely well. Nico was blind and hard cleared. Bomb will get spotted, but there are just so many numbers. Spirit don't even know they're corralling them at the moment.
So it's just the price tag that keeps racking up in this one. SS is certainly going to feel doomed at this point, so you'll see him try to fight his way out. Just bring somebody with you, because the odds are you don't get out of here. Now with that op, he'd love to. Shiro holding this cross, tough one for Tesses, but he will get through
Yeah, when
unscathed.
he's not doing
Knows that the
anything
chase
about.
could still be on, but now they've actually got a little space to hang on, maybe.
They've got a
when
stronghold
he's
here in the
not
B side.
doing
It's
anything
not going to
about
be
it,
easy
huh?
to try to
Masani
fight them,
video.
especially knowing an op is up. Nobody wants Falcons to save. Man, they look like they're about to literally exec B.
Once that smoke fades, they're coming. See what Tesses can hit. First one's good. They pause for a second. They don't double down, so force survive on Spirit. Third round collected. Falcons still lead this 5-3, and we get a timeout from the other side.
I do love it, though. It's more of a real game. Donk started 0-6. We'll remember that because it already looks like he's going to have a good map. To looking at Donk's stats, again, the 1.0 KPR, him having that 1.0 back at Katowice. He's literally, again, trying to break his own records. What he did back at Kato was something that we thought would never be done ever, and now we have to contend with the thought that it might be done again. Well, it might be wide open. But for now, Falcons are still in the lead and playing very good CS, which is all we could hope for them in this grand finals. We know the capability, but, you know, we remember even Kerrigan going up against Spirit and some of the finals that he's gotten himself into recently. As brought up, his first playoffs of the year.
Team Spirit looking to simplify things once again. Zontic sprints. There's Kyosuke looking better up here than Tesses did. A little change up in the positioning, little change up in the start of the round.
Get on
Spirit
now.
may
Get
have
hold
just
on,
won
no?
a few in a row, but it doesn't look like this one will be added. It's not meant to be.
Well, they don't kill him.
Magix has other ideas.
They don't.
Order McDonald's.
ဒီကိုလေးကဒီထက်ပိုပြီးနည်းနည်းထပ်ကောင်းရင်
exclusively
sound file
on
ဝိုင်း
Food Panda. Get McSpicy and more McDonald's favorites. Like
It's actually insane to me
yeah.
that
Maybe
Falcons
it's
have
the
not moved from the A site. The bomb is lodged back here, but because it was Donk and Zontix to go for the entries, they don't know that that was the plan from the beginning. It's going to be a pause and re-exec, and Magix has put himself in a very interesting spot. And I say interesting politely. It'll be, you know, hard for him to have impact on the right timing. But as it stands, he gets cleared. He doesn't pull any CTs.
Plays the long con. Still falls back on Tesses and Kyosuke. 25 seconds, they're wondering, are Spirit walking away, but they still seem to be on high alert. Now that's gonna confirm it. Two nades fly out. They know they're both right there for the taking, and we go 4 up for Falcons at the end of this one with a rock-solid triple from Kyosuke.
It's amazing on the hold, man. You know, him in this position, him when he's playing B on Mirage, he's a real threat. Nobody's played with more great players than Kerrigan in his career, and you could argue no one deserves to have besides him. He does so well, instantly coming in with the biggest egos and talents, players who are in their prime or even just barely past it to try to revive their individual ability, and has already done that on Falcons in a shorter period of time. Falcons for about a year have just been potential, man. They can do it, they're good enough. The joke has always been one more superstar, but the thought in everyone's minds, they're really close.
This roster move's all about harnessing those superstars. Getting the most out of them and realizing potential. The thought of doing it immediately here in Astana seemed daunting, and yet here we are, leading Spirit in a grand final 6-3. We do get this walkout for Tanir. He's the first piece of a mid play that Kyosuke shuts down. Now, a slight reaction towards the catwalk. Missed opportunity for Monacy. Now the other Opera could post up, but Shiro's also gonna have to push that bomb forward. These two rifles in front of Shiro don't have bomb. Monacy, bad sequence. It's all a distraction to get Zontix into CT spawn, and now Shiro's Op's able to get the better of his counterpart. That is a beautiful reaction.
Yeah, they make that work. 3-on-1 now, Nico. He's playing it back. They can go ahead and plant this bomb, surely. They've dished it out here on the A site, Donk.
Double off.
And Shiro gonna have an op, yeah.
Donk switches right back just in case Nico wants to take this.
Oh.
Crazy pathing.
Yeah, doesn't complete it.
Trying to keep it going, because if he just goes for the wide peak, you know Shiro's got that line, so he fails it. And he's gonna forfeit. And now this is a round where Spirit had options. You know, that bomb's still lingering in the back. The rifles got out, ate that flashbang. But Monacy, his worst sequence of this series.
Yeah, you see him, he's generating all of these chances, but they're slight moments. There's one over top of default, the left side of it, versus Cat nearly gets opt in the first place by Shiro. So on the one hand, you can give him credit for showing the math. He got his volley out, the flash was good. He gave himself a chance at 2 flicks. They weren't the easiest shots in the world, but he needed them, obviously, for Falcons to grab that round. It did look like for Spirit that was about to be a mess. But now we see 4 of the last 6 here for Spirit completely back online.
Well, Donk has had an uptick in performance. This most recent round makes it feel like Monacy is coming off of a peak. He'll be on the M4 this time, and there's a whole cohort coming his way. Early attention. Nico, one and done. Donk doubles down.
Oh, the
Rips heads off. And if it's not Kerrigan coming back to the CT cross to stop this cat play, oh, he does get one at least. There's still a bit of life left in Falcons if they want to try to take this chance.
Dump your utility, get that bomb planted. You know the CTs are slightly out of position.
Planting off front sight, Tess and Kyose on the approach. Here come the flashbangs to try to interrupt things. They reveal themselves, miss shots. Tess dead, Tanir's got it. And Tanir now also executed as Kyosuke goes onto the chase. He's got that up close.
Support's a little slow here.
Time for the fresh mag, 20 seconds on that bomb, and Kyosuke doesn't have a kit. He doesn't have a lot of time, not a lot of wiggle room. And with that bomb planted front sight, he'll be exposed. And that smoke now faded as Kyosuke, feeling desperate to get into this, has to put fire in front of this last piece. And it's too far gone. No defuse allowed. Kyosuke's efforts all in vain, and Spirit close in on Falcon.
Yeah, perfect plant. With how quickly they took the site, they had it open. They knew they came up Cat as well. So just very good forward thinking. There's always been a really late lurker in every one of these situations out of Spirit. Sometimes out of position. This time, perfect position. And once again, they can thank Donk for this. Oh my God, no way he did that. Spray transfer, the slightest angle, off to the right as well. Barely a headshot.
မန်ယူထဲသားလေးလားဘလို့မန်ယူထဲမှာလဲ Northern Forest ဩအဲ့မန်ယူထဲမှာမန်ယူထဲအောင်ယူနေအောင်ဟုတ်တာ London Forest 9 သိန်းထည့်ထားတယ် AC ပဲ
Shows Monacy there's levels to this. First round, Monacy has to play with an M4 versus Donk, and he dies to a bullet bent around the corner. So Falcons' momentum at the start of this first map fizzles out. They'll leave them here on our 12th round with a scout and pistols. We haven't had any of these kind of hiccups, right? These breakdowns of real rifle rounds. Pistols have not prevailed. This would have to be the first time in this map for these upgrades to work out.
What it feels like to me is that Spirit have reverted to a B game of calling, oversimplifying, going back to, honestly, how they used to play this map like a year ago to just focus on get one guy out in front of Donk, go for a 2K trade. It's actually worked to get him back in this half. The way they played Dust 2 recently, though, they played it on a completely different level.
I agree entirely. Think about it. We had Donk walk out on that weird timing middle, die, Shiro and Fatic talking like mad, then the timeout, and that simplification ever since. But now to get through a 5-7 and a scout's the final hurdle here for Spirit, and it's not going well.
Oh no.
Not at all. 3 kills towards tunnels, upgrades grabbed. Pressure out of the CT spawn, and Team Spirit go back to playing with the clock. It could wind up being their demise in the 12th.
It's the two-headed Hydra. They have a couple fights. Oh, Monacy will take that out.
Go ahead, hunt down Kerrigan all you want. You've got 15 seconds with a smoke in front of you and only 1 point of entry into this bomb site. Shiro tries to get lucky. Kyosuke puts an end to it, and Falcons will pull off a bit of X Factor, something we hadn't seen all half long, sprinkled in as they end the CT side.
I mean, they've been so good on B-holds normally. Here, they do it. They have an extra guy to start off. And again, I think it taps back into, we're seeing Spirit go right for tunnels. They're going for the mid walkout. They're going, just doing that snake up cat with everybody trailing behind, saying, let's just make sure Donk can have a good chance to get 2 entries. But again, really reverting back. And also, I mean, showing their range. You can't always play well to kick off a huge series. You can't always show up on the day and have everything go smoothly. So the fact that they could go back to that and make it work at the same time is impressive. But it also makes sense that Falcons win 7 rounds this half, started out looking so strong, and overall showed us plenty of good things to give them credit for. Setups, the variety, the op kills in for Monacy, the flashes, the amount of time that they took advantage of Donk, and also the B-holds.
ည stream မှာဒီညတော့မ stream လောက်ဘူးဒီညတော့ဒီဘက်မှာပဲ AC ပွဲလေးကြည့်မလားလို့မနေ့က stream လာတော့လေမနေ့က stream နေအကုန်ပြန်ကြည့်ရင်ကြည့်လို့ရ
Kyosuke has 15 frags to Monacy's 12. Both very handsome score lines to be rounding out the first half of a final.
The value that winning the last round of a half can have. Give yourself that smidge of confidence coming into a valuable second pistol.
Kerrigan knows how much this pistol can mean. Saw him already play into the late hours versus Furia. Every
တော့
round
ပြန်လာမှာလားမောင်းထဲမှာတော့ spirit ထည့်တွဲထားတာအေး
We'll see whether Falcons fall for this trap and whether Tanir can hit shots to the back of a head, because we know how difficult that can be. He's got the chance.
Don't get nervous.
Execute.
အိုးလှလိုက်တာဝါနှစ်ကောင်တူးတက်
That
Shit.
can get away from you. It doesn't. Tanir will still have a
Oh.
shooting gallery of triple kill from inside of the pit. He does
Oh,
take a push
controla,
back.
vale.
Kyosuke tries to just keep him peppered, keep him pinned. There's support.
Nice.
Kyosuke dead. It is
ကောင်းလိုက်တာဝါအဲ့ပစ်ကြီးကိုဘယ်သူမှမစစ်ဘူးတဲ့
tenacity.
Tanir on 4. The guy who amped up his gameplay back at Rio. The player who came in to try to support Spirit's core. Not just come in as some kind of support, but who started off slow. Has really started to find his groove now. And show us the ability that he showed us when he was styling on Tier 2 and 1.5 teams back on Heroic.
I'm going to say 2 valuable rounds out of Tanir. He finds that sequence for 4. He's also the guy that when those flashbangs landed on Catwalk and Donk died after the double entry on Nico and Monacy, he brought that back. He opened A site. He put Monacy down. And we know that was a driving force in that streak of victories Spirit were able to find.
This totally changes the complexion of the game. CT side up for Team Spirit. They're within one.
Nice! Ебать, Андрюха, сука, красава!
Beautiful indeed. Just perfectly placed. Think about it. This guy is 7 and 10, has 2 multi-kills, one of them 4 frags.
Pistol kills are almost worth 2 apiece.
Quality, not quantity. Whole pack of players on the other side of that. They figure out what's going on.
Hold it down, hey.
Loose on the lead. Ooh, little fadeaway USP for the style points. On for the ace.
Yeah, make it happen, Magic.
Pulls
ပြန်
one
လာပြီ
out.
ပြန်လာပြီပြန်လာပြီ
Made easy by the lack of buy out of Falcons. And a little crowd favoritism.
Yeah, smiling from ear to ear. A new IGL for Team Spirit. Round 15, and this
ည
one's
that's
for the
do
lead.
you that's do you ဒီကောင်တွေကတီဆော့ရတာဟို CD ဆော့ရတယ်
Those
တိုင်ပတ်
ones,
နေ
the
တာ
5-1 Falcons start to this game.
တီဆော့ရတာတိုင်ပတ်နေတာ
Long gone.
1 days မှာအခုချိန်ဒီဟိုကမစသေးဘူးပွဲကမစသေးဘူးလက်ခွန်းထဲလိုက်ရင်ဘာဖြစ်သွားမှာလဲ
That's without Donk having a takeover game just yet. That's without anybody over on the side of Team Spirit being untouchable. In contrast to Monasi and Kyosuke, it's quite shocking to find this game tied up.
Yeah, they all have unenviable score lines at the moment. The only thing they're happy about is being tied on rounds. They know that'll have to change because this isn't a game where one team has superstars. One where both do.
No op for Shiro for the time being. Same could be said on Monasi's case. Get this grouping of players over towards Long just as Shiro decides to depart. So Tanir in the pistol, worth his weight in gold. How about Soon versus this commitment out of 2 rifles and the Tech 9, trying to set up U-tilt. Tanir goes wide.
အော်ကန်းသွားတာ
It is Tesses to topple the first piece. Kyosuke emerges, catching Shiro just trying to tuck into that car and deny the Xbox climb up.
Kyosuke က
No
18
footing
ကောင်
here
လေ
inside the A site for Spirit versus Falcons first guns.
He was ready for it the entire time. Knew someone was down there. It's a very clean split. Where we even saw a round this convincing on a rifle at a Spirit in that first half. So they'll feel very good. Didn't do the economic damage they were looking for last round. They make up for it now. And they deny Spirit from taking a lead in this game. And they'll send them back to the conversations.
You identified it, that change up in strategy, going to plan B in the first half to try to adapt. Give credit there
PS2
to
ပြဖို့တဲ့
Spirit.
budget PC ဆက်တာ laptop ဘယ်လောက်စု
They
ရမ
didn't
လဲတဲ့
have to split atoms to
အဲ
figure out how
budget
to
PC ကတော့ second ထဲမှာတော့အဲ့လိုမျိုး
a little bit more
20
simply.
30လောက်တွေ
No
ရှိနေတယ်
Kerrigan
second ထဲ
to
မှာ
play a
laptop
little
တော့
loose,
အာမပေးဘူး laptop
defaulty.
ကတော့ဘယ်လို့မှမဖြစ်နိုင်ဘူး laptop ပူလာတော့လေပူလာရင်အဲ့လို
All it really
performance အရင်
took
ကြတာ
was
ကောင်းတာ
one
အဲ့လိုနည်းနည်း
well-timed
performance ကြရင်
flash
ပြည့်ရ
made the
အောင်
difference. I'm down with the realistic year.
အော်အေးငါ
Well
ဒိုတာကြီး
informed,
သွားကြည့်နေတာဟောလီဖဲကွန်2.5တယ်ဖဲကွန်2.5လီ
So
တော့
who's
ကြိုက်
going to
တယ်
step up for Spirit?
There's that off out of Shiro. Didn't have it last round. Will look to weaponize it instantly here in round 16. He is not alone in that tunnel push, and Tanir looks to go for the mid play. This is Team Spirit looking to take the gloves off. This is a high risk, high reward situation. If you can stop Falcons after their first terrorist round win, then good on you. Tanir's gonna come totally blindside Kerrigan, which means Falcons probably aren't ready for the rest of this. Missed off shot. Donk dead. Tesses on the rebuttal, but Tanir sticks around, and as he does so, tears him apart.
Oh, yeah. It's
Tanir
well
တကယ်
done
ပြစ်
for
တာအေး
Tanir.
Triple kill off that cat push as the lower tunnel play didn't pan out.
ဖဲကွန်ဒီလူနဲ့မှ final မရောက်ရင်တဲ့ဘယ်သူကိုလဲအောင်မလဲတဲ့
Suddenly a hero here.
You're
on
only
CT
Texas
side.
Gita
Oh,
Lemon,
the missed
man.
off shot there for Shiro.
နော်
But
တက်
this
ဆက်
is
ကြီး
gonna
ထားလဲမယ်
untangle
နေ
in the wrong way.
တကယ်တော့ပြဿနာ
Spirit is
နီကို
perfect. They sneak one up, Cat.
Again, I'm
Kerrigan
getting
thinks he has
Nico.
information from Suicide. He's watching, but doesn't see that push. They take it over lower tunnels at the same time.
နီကိုခုတ်စီးရယ် ဒီလူနဲ့ကတော့ရောက်မှာပါ
And there are Spirit
ခုလည်းရောက်နေဆိုတော့ဒါပေမဲ့ vitality မပါလို့လည်းဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်နော် vitality မပါတော့နည်းနည်းဒီကောင်တွေသွားလွယ်နေတာ
and competing.
vitality
Falcons
ကယူပြီးတော့ရှုံးသွားဆိုတော့ vitality ကိုတော့နိုင်မှုကတော့လိုမယ်
Well, this is a round that you just don't want to let get close, essentially. You know the job is basically done. Tanir's going to spot another. How is he going to ace?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yeah. My fault.
Nico's final hurdle, and Tanir just can't get it over. But ton of damage done, 4 kills. Nico, 5 health, empty AK. In other circumstances, maybe you could believe in that Kovac magic, but not with Tanir. Going forward off of the push and making up for the fact that Shiro's missed op shot lower was going to leave a lot of space for Falcons to maybe work with, right? They take over the base of mid, you fall back off catwalk, but Tanir's got other ideas. Gets his kill inside of Suicide, falls back, and just draws the line in the sand. Bottom mid entry denied.
But you love to see a setup that makes the team look like it just stalled. And if they can afford to miss the op shot and still have 2 players and chances to trade, lots of map control the other team didn't think about, that's kind of what was missing at the beginning of this game. That I feel like now that Spirit have warmed up into it, they're willing to take more complicated risks. Because again, this is a massive comfort zone, this map for Spirit. And even though he doesn't bring home
အ
the
ပြီးမှ
ace,
ပါမယ်လေအပြီးမှဟိုဟာလား
Would have loved it.
knows the round's
Move.
over, but
ဒီဘယ်ဘက်ဆုံးလုံးမှာပေါ်တယ်
With the spawn, he goes for long and lets them hear it.
Mirage
But right now, the counterpart in Shiro is again trying to apply pressure to tunnels. We saw him in lower, not even get a chance last round. So he tries to take over tunnels from the other side. Falcons waiting for that mid smoke to come up, hoping maybe they could find Shiro in a fair head-to-head op duel. But Magic's looking like he wants nothing to do with that door line. So Shiro stays here, stoic.
yeah,
They will find a 5 versus 4 on a
ဒီကို
Falcons
ကြီးအဲ့လို
player
ကြီးကွာ
unprepared.
Grizzly
it's
တသွား
also
ယူတာဘာ
massive that he
လဲ
sees exactly where he's going to be setting up utility from.
ပဲကွန်9စာကြီးရ
This
တော့
is
ကြို
going
က်
to
တယ်
let Spirit really cement themselves on this A defense. If Falcons decide that they just want to try to slam themselves up this
3.5
pathway
ဆိုတာ
into the
ဆယ်
hit.
လို့နိုင်
See, they're unbothered.
Fair enough.
Oh, perfect. They know exactly what's coming now.
Donk is ready, taps away, doesn't kill Kerrigan instantly. Now you've got multiple bodies out. Tanir instead will take the next engagement. Donk going back.
Come on.
Doesn't even get his
What are we
chance.
talking
It's
about?
Tanir with the double. And Modesty just picking up a couple kills for the road. No bomb possession, no teammates to work off of, and no longer a lead for Falcons. Spirit in the lead.
That's something I didn't expect to hear in this game after the start. Again, Donk starting 0 and 6, somehow still on a negative KD.
Try to hang on to this off dearly. Not allowed.
USB headshot, op goes down.
Look.
A wildly
ဒီနေ့ကတကယ်ပြစ်တယ်နော်
position, and again, it's actually quietly quite a cerebral round. The way that Shiro's holding that angle, it's not that he just moved into that position. He had a sliver on someone who was walking up the setup utility, punished that, and none of the A players moved. None of the B players overreacted. They didn't expect an exec to come in, so it was a great read of the situation for Spirit.
And Runway with it as Spirit on the brink of double digits have just pistols up against them. There are a few Desert Eagles sprinkled in. But there's also a
Give me a
newfound
Saliga
confidence from
hold
some
it.
of these Spirit pieces, notably Tanir. Comes out of that first half with barely any frags, now finds himself with the most kills on Team Spirit. And a quad kill in that pistol sure as hell helps.
Quad kill on a rifle as well.
And Shiro about to be faced by pistols trying to go through.
Shiro ရဲ့ lane shot ကိုပြစ်တာ
Just
တဲ့
slip the net is instantly killed by Magix. And it is not looking like a real chance at this plant. The bomb trying to get by this Oppers, managed to get within the zone. Utility to be thrown forward, but that's at least a bit of money here for the Falcons. Unfortunately for them, Desert Eagles never connected. Shiro's here with the cleanup, says, you want to fight with pistols? Sounds good to me. He gets his quad kill. And so multi-kill potential from top to bottom coming out of
Fair
Spirit
going
as
around
they
yam la.
extend
Can I get
to
do
10.
wrong?
Also seeing them
Can I
win
get
the
two
right
round?
rounds and Falcons having to save
Can I get
up a
2
lot.
round?
This lead kind of becomes firm now here for Spirit. We saw an excellent first
Honestly,
rifle
greater
out
than
of
Dawn.
Falcons
Dawn
to go
solid,
for it.
yeah.
Their
Oh,
cap
yeah.
play, again, it was one simple flash. But now we've got Kerrigan in the kitchen. He's going to come up with something that's going to be a little bit more complicated. He's very good at covering his tracks, building off of previous rounds, evolving the T-side game plan to get us slightly
Getting around with
more
Falcon.
complicated as the rounds progress. I guarantee you there will be no more simple contact explodes just every single round.
2 round.
Nico met by flames and smoke in front of that.
Wow, they
Fast
found it.
mid play. This is exactly what they needed. Donk could be caught off. No, here's Kerrigan coming. Still Kerrigan gets the headshot.
Oh, there,
Just
yeah,
as
Wabi.
they turn out the corner means that B-side's prime for the taking.
Oh, there.
But you've
3-3.
already got Tenier on a fast response again. What they don't know about is Monacy.
Yeah, up on catwalk, there's still someone waiting. The thing is, he's got damaged.
Shiro
Oh, no, he didn't.
backs up into it.
That's for free.
Monacy finds the freebie. And this is just going to prioritize Spirit, trying to push out through that tunnel exit. They flash Nico momentarily. He regains vision. Tess now wounded. Tenier's about to go.
What?
off.
Monacy
Monacy
dies.
through the doorway. Takes a peek that costs him. Tenier wants more. 2 players left. And it's Nico
there.
to spell the difference.
Ooh, gets
Falcons
ugly.
respond.
Yeah, they do. Big time.
OD,
Fast mid B
OD,
play. No one
OD,
holding on to it
OD.
from the B doors. It's early. No time for rotations here for Spirit.
OD.
Correct read for
OD.
Falcons.
OD.
And Kerrigan barely got away with it, but slams that headshot on Donk.
Yeah, that's true. Magic's got the trade right after, but that was really on Dong to nail that trade.
Double ops. Monacy better remain cautious because he's got Donk with an op on the field.
Listen, Donk rarely ops, but he also rarely misses with his op. It's still actually a real weapon for him.
You know, there's been a lot of Tenier play off this catwalk.
He's the guy who got an op ace at Budapest.
But Kyosuke just utilizes the right amount of caution.
អត់រឡាเนาะ
And that AWP boost
Oh,
disassembled
roll
at
out,
minute 20. Hasn't fired. It's not like they're going to think about it. So the secondary op both now on middle. Let's see if they can trade out Monacy or whether a trade is even needed. Shiro's right here with Donk. Double op set up on mid.
A second cut op cut. Man, the fact that they're following each other is
Yep.
so different.
Donk first, Shiro second. That's what it was looking to be. But as Donk gets over, unspotted, they are going to leave a vacancy towards middle and just try to throw Donk's op over on B.
Now on the one side, you get a little bit less support. Shiro can't be breaking open smokes and fighting as actively. Unless he takes a first kill early, it's going to get a little scary for the B players.
Does it come
but
his way?
he's playing active. Shot through the
damage.
door.
Well done to at least wound Kyosuke. Middle will not be as free as Falcons found it last round, but Kerrigan does still lead this charge with bomb.
He wants to call this bluff. Kerrigan's not worried about that ball.
ဒီကောင်းတယ်ပဲဆိုတော့သူတို့ကောင်းတယ်ပဲဆိုရတာဗော
Now they know about
မိုဘိုင်းလက်ကျန်မှာမ
Donk
ဟုတ်
on
လား
and off, but we'll see what kind of pressure they apply. Last time, we had Zontix died with nothing. This time, he hangs on. Tess and Monacy respond. Donk is still inside of this fight. That AWP looks good.
He's got
အာဟုတ်တယ်ဟေ့အောင်ကြီးဒေါအော့သွားလဲရှိသေးတာ
We never have to talk about Donk as versatile, but he has that op in the bag. That's quite a sequence from a guy who does
အဲ့တ
this
န်ကြီးကမ
part
ပေါ်ဘူး
time.
လေ
Just a hobby.
တရောင်းလောက်ရအောင်မလားတရောင်းလောက်ရအောင်မလားဗျ
Falcons will trail by 2 again, and that round leaves Falcons strapped for cash. An awkward one here.
Come with me to it.
Zonic takes this timeout he wants in. Still yet to string together any consecutive rounds on this T side are Falcons. So you've got to figure it out, and you've got to figure it out now.
Problem is, with that round, the next one that you're going to give up, that's a question. A half buy earlier here for Falcons. They're going to try it again. I mean, Spirit are obviously liable to
something
lose
be like
a
you.
round like this. And the two ops, well, they can be a liability. Again, can be nice versus walkouts, but not always versus a half-buying team. Already denying all the information that Falcons want to save for themselves. That molly will help Shiro.
Kerrigan walks wide. Nico sails beyond that frag grenade, and Tonk's gonna rattle off an ops shot, so they hear it.
This is about Falcons. Get as much space as you can without getting spotted.
Tontik's leaning all the way back on platform, has Donk to also play off him. No pounce while they play around with utility.
They're paranoid to write the right thing. Magic's is already making the lead.
Tontik still smoke in hand. Numbers look appropriate for the situation. We get that lurk smoke at the end of the tunnels. But what will be behind it? Zontix has this nade. He could place it for damage.
How's that arm?
He could expose them standing in the pipe. Perfection with that double mow down. Add to it, the Kerrigan dies towards middle with nothing, and Donk is here to support you. It is confidence inside this B site. And a staved off pistol buy from Falcons. You will find nothing.
And it seems like a small win to win that half buy. Trust me, that could have been converted. Falcons did about 70% of what they were trying to look for was really get past a lot of the info that Spirit were trying to gather, and they were doing so very proactively to give themselves a chance at a B split that Spirit don't know about. But Magix, he made the rotation correctly to support the op and the rifle.
OD. OD. OD.
And the
OD.
second op persists.
Two separate halves now. We've seen an evolution from Spirit. Not the first team to wield two ops, but putting it to perfection. Losing the duel though versus Odyssey.
He said, look who's faster.
I like that Magix instantly picks that bad boy right back up, so still a double op for Spirit.
Odyssey with the quickness. Wins one straight up to defend their hopes of winning this game. Mid-Bs have been the apple of Kerrigan's eye so far. And it's also something that Spirit know that they always try to get. So, again, in an active covering his tracks, there's a lurk in place.
Ah,
But it's
Nico,
not
they don't
necessarily
have
the full take. Nico will walk through this.
Tontik's on the other side to near head tucked on A.
And that smoke's gonna get phased. He will walk through.
But it's all about the timing.
Ah, 对了，没 Nico
Comes out with the
movement
kill.
呀，
It's gonna be
这
Tenier.
个。
Yet again, rock solid throughout this CT side. Donk's looking for a not kill. Modest.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Tess has to open that bomb site for the
Yeah,
play.
Wabi.
Man advantage momentarily. Zontix quick to the scene. With a kill to his name already over Nico, he may have just gone unnoticed. What sort of timing can he pull off here?
Oh, they gotta make sure the communication's good. Keep an eye on this.
Tess has low HP, easy pickings. Exposed
yeah, but what?
Killsky, holds on for that one.
And
You've got the two best performing players for Falcons still alive, and Magix wants none of this.
They have a decent amount of money, but he's gonna keep the op in play. It's Odyssey to actually take out both of the double op setup here from Spirit. Outdueling Shiro, taking out Donk as they go towards the A site. That puts him on 20, gives Falcons 10.
Castaria sound fine နော် Falcon ရဲ့လုံးဝတကယ်ကို share လုပ်နေတဲ့နှစ်ကောင်အသက်ရှင်နေသေးတာဆိုတော့အဲ့နှစ်ကောင်တော့ Falcon က magic သွားရှင်လို့မရဘူး
Simple, but
Yeah.
it builds off of
Fine.
what we've seen out of Falcons so far. Their affinity for the B splits. The double smokes out middle just to make sure that nobody moves, or best case, somebody comes from CT over towards B. Bushka Kerrigan.
That's if Falcons didn't give him a call.
သွားပြီ OD
Luckily, there's nowhere
OD.
he'd rather be, and I don't think anywhere
OD.
anybody would rather have him.
အဲ့ငါ Falcon ရောက်သွားတာ
When they played against Furia, it's like, name another IGL that could have got one kill every 4 rounds, because that was about his KD and still win. And he said in the interview,
Rough cold bro.
Get Vicks extra strong, up to 2 times menthol.
Nose and nose and throat.
Vicks Vapor Drops extra strong. Introducing new Vicks extra soothing vapor drops with real honey liquid center.
한국에서 이런 곳은 처음일걸?
Wins since the 4-0 start. This would be the first time they win 2 in a row since they started this game on the right foot. And if Team Spirit can stave that off and end it now, 13-10, it'll be a real testament to Falcons and the difficulty they'll have at stringing moments together as this grand finals goes on.
How confident does Kerrigan feel about this round? That's what I want to know, because even though they got the 5v4 in that previous round, they almost got shut down on Cat. It almost was a 2K hold and retake.
Good flash.
That's perfect.
On it,
Great
wow,
entry.
Cat,
Now
nice.
Kerrigan gets one as well.
All
OD.
zero now.
It's all up to him.
OD.
Looking for separate duels, but
OD.
flashbang connects. Perfect utility there out of the
Right
Falcons.
now,
As you
retire
continue
defeat on
behind
even
the
team,
door,
yeah.
Kyosuke off the chain.
ဟုတ်ပါဘူးသူလည်းအခွင့်အရေးရတော့လေးပေါ့တည်တယ်မှာသွားတင်ပါလေ face ကလည်း delay နေရဆိုတော့ Falcon ကလည်း IG ရဲ့ delay နေရနှစ်ခုဆိုတော့ delay နေတဲ့နှစ်ယောက်သွားတွေ့ရဆိုကောင်းပါတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ပြဿနာဘာလဲဆိုတော့အဲ့လိုမျိုး Apex ဆို Magic တို့နဲ့ဟိုသူ့ရဲ့ core တွေကတော့ပိုကောင်းရင်တော့လည်းကောင်းနိုင်တာပေါ့နော်ဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့လိုမျိုးလက်မထောက်ဘူးဖြစ်နေတာ IG ရဲ့အနေနဲ့ကြတော့အဲ့လို gun power မရှိဘူးဆိုတော့သူ့ကိုထည့်တွက်လို့မရဘူး4ယောက်5ယောက်ကြီးလို့ဖြစ်နေဆိုတော့တခြား Apex ဆို Magic ဆိုပြစ်တယ်နည်းနည်းဆိုတော့အဲ့လိုပြစ်တဲ့ကောင်တွေနဲ့ရှင်လိုက်ရင်ကြတော့အဲ့လိုပြစ်တဲ့ကောင်တွေနဲ့ရှင်လိုက်ရင်ကြတော့သူကနည်းနည်းပါဇက်ပဲဖြစ်သွားအောင် gun power ကလည်းနည်းနည်းတော့လိုနေသေးအောင်
out of him. I think his impact goes beyond those two numbers for the moment. But now that we're in round 24, it's all up for grabs.
I can't help but wonder what version of Donk we get in this final round of regulation. We've seen him unleashed, we've seen him op, we've seen him look reserved. No real shortcomings for Spirit, barring Magic's MP9. Feeling like a fair fight to finish off round 24. And we get early attention for Falcons
Oh, this
poised
setup,
towards this
so
site.
active for a walkout. So active for a walkout. Exactly what they're looking for.
Just two
တော့
rifles
သွားပြီး
lined
တော့
up.
info နှိုက်လိုက်ရင်တော့
They see that utility coming, they give up the line, and Donk is
Oh,
going to
right.
go down with nothing.
အော်
Sausage
ပါ
makes
ခေါ်
up
သွား
for
သေး
that.
တယ်ကွာဇွန်တင်စားကဲ
Somehow with two, but
Plan
now
on
it must be a
Yari.
retake.
And it's going to be Kerrigan. Kerrigan himself to try to stave off the road.
ဟုတ်တယ်အဲ့ဒါကြီးကျတော့ကောင်းသွားပြီကွာမေကြီးမှာအိုးမေကြီးမှာဒိတ်ထောက်ဝေးတာကဲ
But leaving the
2v1
Shiro, of course,
OD.
in the clutch to put
OD.
things back in question as the bomb remained
OD,
outside
naku
the
dong
the
nine.
entire time.
There's a little bit too much time to think.
OD
Why
up
isn't
plus
the bomb
3.5.
getting planted? Are they late with it? Do I
OD.
have a chance to interrupt this? Shiro, whose clutch stats were at a low last year, who's brought them up for this event, will go
အေးမ
for
ပလန်
this.
ဘူးလား
Waiting and waiting for somebody to misstep. Tessa starts to stomp. That's the distraction.
တော်သေးတာပေါ့
Windows
ကွာ
swing shoot up, but it doesn't go. They pitch, and we need OT.
This was the round they were looking for at Shanghai to make the comeback. I say they like it's FaZe Clan. But again, Kerrigan bullshit here. Match pause going into overtime. Anyone's game. And I think a lot left on the table. Probably some nerves on the table. Not everybody having the stellar performance you could expect. On the one hand, Spirit give up this win right away in regulation to Falcons. But on the other, they started the first 4 rounds.
အားရမန်ယူက
with
တွင်း
one
ဝိုင်းတာ
kill.
what the fuck အာ
forest ရှိတယ်မှာ
ဘယ်လိုမန်ယူကြီးကတွင်းသွားတာလဲ
အေးဘရူနိုအဲ့လိုနေရာထားပါကွာနောက်တားမစင်းခိုင်းပါနဲ့ဟိုဗာလေဂိုးသွင်းရအောင်လေစီတယောက်လေးလည်းမထားနဲ့ပြီးရ2ယောက်လောက်တော့ထားအောင်ပြီးမှာနော်နော်ဒီ forest ပဲခုတ်ဒီမောပြီးထားသေးတယ်ခင်ဗျာကောင်းသေးတယ်ပုတ်ထားတာရောက်ရင်မိန်နူခေါင်းတိုက်ထားသေးတယ်ကစမဲတို့အေး ref
Fucking nice counter, man. That's good, boys. I told you, smile. It's a cinema.
Smile.
That's good, boys.
Someone yells at you to smile. They're happy.
It really is something Kerrigan brings to his team as a leader. Just enjoy the moment, because he's been very, very clear that he has no idea how long these moments will last, and there's nothing he loves more than playing this game on these sorts of stages in front of these sorts of crowds. Astana! Make some noise! Overtime in our first map of a best of 5. blessed.
Footsteps over top of Cat, trying to elicit some utility. Kerrigan not willing to take any kind of further risk, but even just drawing out a little utility, especially versus a Cat play, sometimes in a default. While you're trying to cover your tracks, you're trying to do a first tier exec to see what the other team has, what the setup is. Versus Cat, they've got to make sure the mollies can't come down, the nades can't punch them as they're trying to cross.
Close play from Donk though, right? On the other side of the smoke.
Big setup position to get that kill.
And he knows with certainty there's players on the other side of this. And then Tanier again.
And a spray transfer.
So much value out of these mid flanks. Tanier has been able to expose. Kerrigan's gonna find an open route. Monacy's in the middle of all these smokes.
It's a crazy move. They don't know where he's gone.
What's going on? Bomb's outside. Bomb is here, underneath the feet of Donk. And then at the same time, Kerrigan gets that kill from inside CT spawn. But Donk has got what Falcons want.
They're sharing a wall, don't know their neighbors. And
Another!
Kerrigan, he keeps going.
3 kills from Finn himself. But
Yeah,
Donk,
did I?
atop your bomb, 20 on the clock. You can't run from him now. You've got to try to hunt him down, and he will kill the first one with ease. It's Monacy's off posture.
Don't let him
Trying to
molly
sit
you,
on top of
ah.
that Xbox. They know they've got this fight locked in.
He can't escape.
But who runs from who? Donk escapes. He's got it now. He's just going to run for the hills.
The first time
On
you've
it,
ever
on
seen Donk run away.
it.
Just flee the scene. The chase is on. Final second.
Ah, ဟုတ်တယ်တိမ်မီးလိုက်တိုင်းနေစော့ပြတာ
And how often do you ever see him
ဘောလီ
in
တွေ
a
ရော flash တွေ
clutch?
ရောထိန်းပြပါလားဟမ်ကောင်းနေရောပဲ
A 1-on-3.
The amount of individual moments in this round.
It was a puzzle for him to figure out how he could even get across this door, knowing Monacy's on the other side waiting for him.
Tanier flank top mid. Kerrigan cat drop into the CT play. A Donk push through smoke, pathing right under Monacy's nose, and a 1v3 clutch to close that.
I thought that there was no chance that that happened. But the flash on his waistband and
အဲ့ဒါကို
perfect
ပြောပါလေ
awareness
လဲ
of
မယ်
the
ဆိုရင်
time
နီ
on the
ကို
clock.
ပဲလဲမှာလို့နီကိုကဆိုးနေတာကြီးဆက်ကောင်နဲ့မပါတယ်လို့ပဲကာရီဂန်ကျတော့သူကနည်းနည်းဆန့်ကောင်းတော့ခုနကလိုမင်းမဟိုးတာတွေမင်းမကေးသွားယူပေးတာတွေကတော်တော်ကြီးကောင်းတယ်အဲနီကိုကျတော့မသိဘူးဒီကောင်ရဲ့ playing style ကြီးကဘလို့ကြီးမှမသိအဲ့လိုထွက်ပြစ်သေးထွက်ပြစ်သေးအဲ့လိုကြီးအဲ entry မို့လို့လဲပိုင်လဲပါမှာပေါ့သူပဲအရင်သေးသေး entry မပွင့်တော့shit spray
Oh,
တာ
now he's angry.
Yeah. You don't have him
Sabrina,
running for the hills. You have him sinking his feet into the sand and locking down the middle portion of the map. All Zontix has to do is cut down this bomb. He'll do exactly that. And Nico, his second victim in this one. A chance for Monacy to clutch, but the pressure's on, and that consistency in the top mid flank spells disaster. Spirit gun for a flawless CT side in overtime.
They don't look to waste that round. They turn it into back-to-back situations. The full split gets completely countered. They have the long push as a checkmate move out of Tanier. He's still top fragging here for Spirit. And Spirit have a chance to sweep this first OT half. The money is a problem for Falcons. No op for Monacy. 2 pistols between Tesses and Kerrigan.
And layers coming out for Spirit now. Util already facing this Falcons approach.
He's timed these well.
That aim to perfection. Kyosuke's lucky to be up.
Yeah, like a slug moving through that. That was a Hail Mary attempt. It looks like a force by the way that they just tried a caterpillar up cat together. And they eat the util damage together. They get spotted together.
They're going to be desperate to get something here in overtime. Their hand forced to keep up this presence towards the catwalk. But you can see what Nico's queuing up. He wants to join forces as Donk looks to dodge util, turn back in. Donk is dead this time. Magix and Zontic still with the pinch. It is all Monacy once more, but Tanir has got his number again. And again and again.
CD 3 round လုံးရတာရတော့မပြောဘူး
Time to perfection. Played
CD
to
3 round လုံးရ
perfection
တာရတော့
was
မ
this
ပြောဘူး
overtime from Spirit so far.
It almost feels like the amount of map control that Falcons had throughout this overtime was given to them by Spirit. They pulled off that long flank, which is the ultimate sign of confidence that they know what's going on.
2 round ရမလား
You
2
don't
round
take that
Falcon
risk
2 round ရ
unless
မလား
you're
2
confident
round
that the cat split, or that the cat play
round,
is
man.
coming, or the mid B, or the tunnels walk out. They made sure that they used Tanir to his
no,
fullest
no,
extent,
no, no.
because if you leave that long guy there too long and he doesn't flank, he can sometimes just be too long of a
Sangama
rotation to
yaro.
stop
Shit.
this. Falcons have to win 3 rounds in a row for another overtime.
They're just gonna charge down through long doors, and Nico's got only the one.
Spin around!
What a turn!
အော်နောက်ကောင်ကြီးပြစ်တာမသိဘူးလေကွာဖြစ်မှဖြစ်ရလေ
And Falcons, with heads left spinning, still don't have anything to clamp down on here towards long. A potential fight between Shiro and Monacy. Monacy's gonna miss a shot, and right now you shouldn't be missing versus this version of Donk. You've got that AWP trained on you if you're Monacy, and still more support with that bomb on the edge of long.
Crazy move going back. The car could have escaped. Know that he had Shiro pinned to that location. They might forget about him. But Monacy, you can't miss again.
During all that action, we also lost the CT over towards middle.
Monacyက all
Monacy
လွဲ
will
တယ်
not
ဆိုတာ
have
လေ
many
ရှိသေးလား
chances once the smoke fades. Gets Shiro.
Doesn't
Doesn't
see
know.
it.
Magix cleans up that bomb site, and he will be looking to put that bomb down in front of Zontix.
The guy we haven't talked about has to come in to defend their hopes of Dust 2. They work so hard in regulation to get this chance to fight against Spirit and close out on their favorite
Hey.
map.
Wasting no time, he sprints the entire distance and dead.
Dead.
In a moment's notice, in a mere 4 rounds, Tanir Samir's Falcons in overtime, and Donk levels up as that game goes on. We were worried out the gate, but evolution is the name of the game when we discussed this version of Team Spirit, and we saw it within the very first map of this grand finals.
She said she loves you, but she can't love me.
But I love you.
I won't play window anymore.
What's going on?
ဒဲကြီးလေးတာအေးဓာကြီးပြောင်းပြီးတော့တော်တော်ရက်ဆက်ပါတယ်
ဟောဗျာဟောဗျာ
ကဲဝိုင်းကြီးဝဲသွားကြည့်မယ်ဟေး
ပါပြီသားမားတွေလို့ဟောဗျာတော်သေးတာပေါ့ကွာခေါင်းကြီးကနာသွားပြီ
ဝဲသွားကြည့်မယ်ဟေး
ခေါင်းကြီးနာသွားတာဟုတ်ပါအောင်ဟုတ်တယ်တိုက်စစ်ကဘယ်လိုပြောတော်ပေါ်ဒီပေါ်စားဖြစ်နေသီလား
ဟမ်ဘာဖြစ်တယ်ညီလေး
အားချက်စီကိုရဘယ်လောက်လုံကျွေးသွားလဲပြော
ညီလေးဟိုဖြစ်တယ်35သိန်းနိုင်တယ်ညီလေးကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်
10%တော့ပေးနေတယ်ကိုရညီကိုချင်းချင်း
မင်းကပြောတော့လုံမှာဆိုမင်းပြောတဲ့အတိုင်းထဲရင်တော့ထဲလို့ဖြစ်သွားရင်တော့ပေးမှာပေါ့ဟာ
ဟာကိုကြီးရတယ်သားလုံးမယ်လို့ပြောတော့မှရှုံးမှာဟာ
ငန်လိုက်ရပတ်ကြည့်
တဲ့အခုသား separate ကလုံးတော့မှာနော်
ဟောဒီမှာ
နော်သား separate ကလုံးတော့မှာ
ဘယ်မှာ live နေရလဲလီးပဲဘယ်ဟိုသွားကြည့်ရမှာ
ဟာ
ဟောဒီမှာကျေးဇူးပဲ
နော်လမ်းပြော
ကဲဝိုင်းကြီးလေးကြည့်လိုက်အောင်မင်းချက်စီကတော့ပုံတော်သေးရပါကွာကိုထူးငါ့ကိုလာပြောလို့လီးပဲအဆိုင်လေးနဲ့ချက်စီပွဲမထည့်ဘူးမန်စီးတီးမထည့်ဘူးလားတဲ့အဲ့တော့မှတို့350ထည့်လိုက်လို့မန်စီးတီးလို့ easy လွယ်တယ်ချက်စီပဲနေတိုင်းကန်ရင်ကောင်းမှာပဲ
expect to see one looking at this kind of flight path. So perhaps it's going to be an okay start for everyone.
Oh, circles right on top of the flight path. Is it going to be Stalber all the way? But I would not mind Lipovka. We don't see a lot of Lipovka, but usually the circle do favors around the Medusa intersection. But if we actually ended up on the outskirts of Yasnaya Pliana, Team Flash, that's going to be the initial drop spot. They are most familiar with that kind of compound spot. The furthest away, that's going to be MJ and Hive. And same goes for Irina, the furthest left. Either YG can go SMD, loot up, go back in. It's not going to be a problem. But whether Pandem and RQ allow them to do so, it's going to be the question. So far, no hot drops, Cloud.
Yeah. So objectively, right? Okay, I'm trying to think objectively. Would Pandem want to do that? Well, Pandem already got a slot to the next stage, right? So they can do whatever. But RRQ, they want to go for the number one. So I don't know. If RRQ, maybe they would do it. And not only going for a number one though, RRQ also have this small risk of being booted out of the top 5. And Yahoo Radicals can push them out. So objectively, if that were to happen, it could come from RRQ.
YG ကနံပါတ်8မှာပါနော်
But I mean, incentive-wise for Pandem, I think Pandem actually do have a shot as well. Don't forget about, yeah, they definitely got themselves already in the PMGO main event slot. But that's also the reason why they have nothing for their pressure here. The only incentive they have right now, they want to go for the number 1 prize pool, which is going to be massive, and that trophy to keep it around the region. So that's actually a bigger threat than the rest of the other teams, because you are level-headed for Pandem right now. There's not much pressure they have to go through.
Yes, and I noticed this frequently asked question in the comments, right? Is that Smash rule? The answer is no. No Smash rule. We will play all the way to match number 7, and match number 7 will be a randomized map. We don't know what map that will be. We will only know after the last Mirama map today, which is map 6. Then we will find out. But Mormon is asking for his favorite map and our favorite map.
ဘာမှမတော့ဆောအောင်အခုကဘယ်လောက်မှန်လဲအခုကဘယ်လောက်ရောက်သွားပြီလဲ
Stop asking, it's going to be Mirama.
No!
Even the pros don't want it to be Mirama. I mean, they wouldn't mind Erangel. But I just wish if you can have... I wouldn't mind if it's Sunhawk. But I don't want it to be Vikendi. Wow, so demanding. But it's not for us to decide. We're just giving some theories for you guys to think about. And some idea what's going to happen in the last map. Now, the last map, if it's really Rondo Cloud, imagine the chaos in there. When it comes to getting the points in the early stage.
အဲ့ပေါ့ဝင်လို့ရတာဟောရတယ်ဟာ
First 10 seconds in the match, if it's Rondo for the last.
PUBG ကတော့အဲ့ short game ကြီးနေနဲ့အဲ့လို close range ပြစ်တာလား
start
ကြိုက်
engaging and first bloods everywhere.
ဒီကိုကပဲအဲ့လိုမျိုးလေအဲ့လို
I can't wait for that.
DMR တွေ SLR တွေ
But like what you say, right? Don't put off
action တွေ
up.
ကြိုက်လို့
You know, if not,
ဝေး
we'll
က
be
ပြစ်ရတာပဲ
disappointed.
ကြိုက်ဝေးကပြစ်ရတာပဲကြိုက်အနီးပြစ်ရတာကြီးမကြိုက်ဒါမဲ့လည်းအချိန်တိုင်းကြတော့လေနောက်ဆုံးဇုံကနီးသွားတာ哦အဲ့ကြတော့လေဘိုးအရှင်ကြီးကဘာမှလုပ်မရတော်တော်ပြန်ဆော့ရမယ် playing style ခက်ကတော်တော်ပြောင်းသွားရင်ကိုရီတုံးကဆို utility တွေဘာတွေလဲအဲ့လောက်ထိတိတ်မသုံးကြဘူးလေသိရမလားဆိုတော့ဟိုးရတာတွေဘာတွေကနည်းနည်းအဲ့လိုမျိုးမိုက်တယ်အခုကကြတော့မရဘူးလူတွေ movement တွေကတားမြန် setting တွေလည်းပါမယ်ခင်ဗျကိုကြည့်သလောက်တော့အဲ့လိုသူတို့ရဲ့ငုံလိုက်ထားလိုက်ငုံလိုက်ထားလိုက်ငုံလိုက်ထားလိုက် setting တွေလည်းပါမယ်တော်ပြန်ချိန်ရမှာလက်ကိုအသားကြအောင် setting တွေ
Right?
I mean, unless if they can pull a big clutch, that's only going to be 3 teams I see that's possible. The Xavier's, MJ, and Hill have to go at least 3 maps to catch up if you want the top 3, but probably 2 maps for the top 5.
Nottingham Forest ကဘယ်လို
Okay,
ရှုံး
so
နေတာ
since
လဲ
we have 5 more matches, so can we kind of put it like, okay, if like the Hail onwards, they don't
ကော
perform
င်းကင်
this
ဘော
round,
Forest
that's
နောက်
it.
မှာပြုံးနေတယ်ခင်ဗျာဝဲကြလာပြန်ပြီ
Okay.
It's
ကောင်း
gonna
တိုက်
be
ထား
tough.
သေးတယ်
It's
Oh,
really
man.
gonna be tough because we do know the top teams. I mean, the whole lobby is so stacked, Cloud. It's so difficult to see them making a mistake.
I know, right? Now it's a matter of not who performs, it's a matter of who makes a mistake here. Nasir, you love cats? Okay, drop me a DM, okay? Oh, but Razy loves Specs and First Blood and Point. Because now they have to play
Oh,
catch up
man.
to E-Arena.
MAC, they are sliding down, and AZ seems to be the one that representing the only Malaysian teams in the top 5, but pushed down 1 point. Well, if this is gonna be our end of the day points this close, imagine the tiebreaker. I bet some players will cry. I mean, I would cry if I'm in their shoes because this is your whole life career on.
Yeah, the one that will cry the most is not the number 2. Yeah, you don't get a trophy, yeah, but you still play next round. But the one that will cry the most is one slot away from the next stage. That is the craziest one. Hey, but you know what? Now that I kind of thought about this, right? If Sharper Esports goes up, like this is a side quest narrative, right? If Sharper Esports goes up, then the 2 Filipino region teams will be at 15 and 16 respectively.
Oh no, we don't.
Yeah,
want
that's
that to
that's quite an
happen.
old no side quest.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of objectives there for the Philippine region. They have to. I think it's something that we have to give them a wiggle room as well. I mean, the only one that exposed most when it comes to coming up from that region is going to be Federalis, who's playing for BTR already by now. So I give them some slack for Nemesis and Hive. They have not been in this kind of lobby too often. So I think give them next season. Probably gonna make it through.
Though it's not their first outing in the international stage. Yeah. We've had Harame Bro, Range was there.
But not as much as the ones that
ညှိနေပြီလား
just the
ညှိ
frequency
နေပြီ
of
ဝိုင်းကြီးကညှိနေပြီ
them getting
သူနည်းနည်းကိုင်းသွားတယ်
that level. I think probably the chances are not many times. That's one of them.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree. I think if you make that comparison with like, well, pretty much any other team in this league, right? Then yeah, I mean, look at this, right? Okay, this is like kind of like a side quest for like a team like Hive, right? If they can be above D Xavier,
Oh, that's
they'll be
already a
like,
big one.
hey, we didn't qualify, but we are above D Xavier. That
Oh
flex.
man, that's a flex. That's a flex. I agree. They should aim for that.
နောက်
man.
ကနေလိုက်ပစ်တာတဲ့ကာကြီးမောင်း
Oh.
ကျင်းတာ key fan နဲ့
But
နော်
D Xavier wants to stay away from that. And they will aim for Iftar. It's going to be 1 point collected. Oh man, what's happening to D Xavier though? You know, D Xavier is it's a weird case. What is D Xavier doing at number 12?
The Xavier is doing a lot that's not as they expected, I guess. But Pandem and RIQ, this is number 4, number 5 position. If they cancel each other out, I mean, well, they don't want that, do they? I don't think they want to commit to that. That's why both of them parting ways now. They lost Leon DZ, quite a casualty. Only Pandem actually lost a body there. RIQ still having a
and you keep ကနေဇုံဝယ်ပေးမလို့ကွာကိုတော့မွဲနော်
You know what? Now that I think about it, I'm thinking a lot of side quests now, right?
Go
Our top
ahead. I'm
five-
happy to hear that. Yeah.
Right. So our top 5, we have 3 Indonesian region teams.
Yes.
So it's like the 3 Indonesian region teams against the Thai region team E-Arena. Yeah, it's like, you know, Garuda Power versus Thai region.
What's the spirit animal for Thai though?
Yeah, I don't know. Can anyone
Any of you
put in
guys
the
can actually
comments?
tell us? Yeah. Because we do
Yeah.
know like Indonesia is always going to be a Garuda. For Malaysia is always going to be this tiger, Harimau Malaya. I'm not sure about YG Myanmar region as well.
Oh, maybe you guys can put in the comment section. A lot of YG fans there. Do educate us. But now we are updated with the circle. Oh, again, this circle is, it goes up, now it goes back down kind of circle again. It needs to decide, but we have a little bit of water in this circle, so we will expect more fights to happen in this round. The next one might involve Team Nemesis and Hive International. Okay, this is going to be a regional bout.
But I've seen this sort of circle before. It might ended up around Lipovka, but I'm reading a comment. YG Peacock. Okay, interesting. Elephant. Thai's elephant. Vietnam.
Yes.
How about Vietnam though? Who's getting the gorilla? Which one is gorilla? Lions. Oh, you guys have to pick one for YG. Is it Peacock or is it Lions?
Okay, but Thailand surely is elephant. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, the elephant pants. Now remember.
Well, we are going to see these two teams very, very familiar with each other since PMNC Philippines. They have fought, and now potentially they will fight again.
No, you make me want to ask. Philippine spirit animal. Well, which one is it? We didn't know, right?
I don't know as well.
Yeah, the Philippines. But when it comes
you guys
to
help us out.
BTR Hill seems to exchange intel, and we do know this is not where everyone want to start engaging, because they know when it comes to stage 3 they are less than 200 meters away, or maybe the most is around 200 meters away. That's why Jabranki should not jump up and down. There's too many teams around the same circle now. The moment you open fire, all hell breaks loose. Pandem is under pandemonium, down to last player there, and they
sorry က caster မဖြစ်တင် sorry က caster လုပ်လို့မရအောင်သူတို့ရဲ့အဲ့လိုမျိုး expression တွေတန်နေရဘလို့မှနားထောင်လို့မရအောင်ရန်ဆိုးတယ် sorry က caster မလုပ်တင်အဲ့လိုမျိုး panelist တွေ host တွေကတော့လုပ်လို့ရတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ caster ကတော့အဲ့လိုစော်တန်နေကတော့ဘလို့မှ hype နေ
The stolen point from MEC. It was Volky that stole away the points from Team Pandem. That could have been BTR's points. There are now 2 elimination points. Trying to close the gap between themselves and E Arena. But who else is close by? Oh, they're in action as well.
I think Pagram Joe and was it Hill that's close by just now? Who are they fighting against? They always map each other up quite early. So here comes circle time. It's going to be quite on the northern side. The arena got the center of it. But look at MJ spreading out. Nobody else coming up from the north. Down side now. This is too much.
Fans of Young Gugaticos. Gotta get ready for this. He might fight later on. But this fight is happening right now. The 2 sibling teams. Oh, we switch over to Void. Tapping it away towards AZ Slumber. But they managed to reach that shack, so they'll be okay for now. They surely can back on the Filipino teams. Here comes Hive International and Team Nemesis.
Their objective, the side quests, have to make sure they are above the Xavier. Seems to be going down the drain. They can cancel each other out. Nemesis is the losing side here. Hive still have a trio. Hades on the other end, going to play the stare game. Brazil coming in with his boy. It's going to be one boy. Hive coming in for the second floor. Hades already waited and it's done. Nemesis, they have been denied by Hive. You stay down there. We're slowly climbing up.
Well, any small mini quests for Team Nemesis is no 0-point round. So at least they got 1 though. Hive got 4. They still have a 5-point gap between themselves and D Xavier. But anyway, on the inner side of the circle, okay, we have both BTR and E Arena on the inside. Oh, another potential team, RRQ now, 1 player down. On the outside of the circle, behind them is Young Gugaticos. The Peko gets Smile, and Smile eliminated by the Peko.
Here comes the Peko, trying to take down Manet as well. YG, they are slightly delayed with their response to follow up with their opponent members there, but Nepeko keeping the pressure on YG. They are scattered and broken in formation. They will go for a retreat and leave. Well, RQ no casualty. They will pick up on Gen 4. Shoot away, YG. Oh, but the shot's coming back.
ခက်တော့ပါဗျာမြေ
RQ, they could not let the guard. The Monet is down and finished off. YG, they're going down in shambles now. This is not a good news.
Ooh, 2 players left. And Romeo is forced to go in by himself. And now he'll play a little bit safer. Popping that smoke. It's close by with Halo Esports, so he has to be careful. But not only Halo Esports, BTR, they want those points. So Romeo need to be super independent here in the middle of the circle. While all that was happening, teams from the south, I wonder how they are right now, because RRQ is another one of our highlight teams.
That's why we are looking at a very quiet game prior to stage 4. They know they are too close with each other. The moment they open fire, there will be involvement of more than 4 teams at the same time. So they have to be very careful when they're picking their fights for all the teams that's remaining in the game. Just look at how Pandem giving away his 5th place there. AZ couldn't catch up, but Void can actually do that, provided they still have 4 players here. Whilst YG... Oh, man. This is... It's hard to watch. They're sliding off the wagon here when it comes to PWG players to pull it off, but for Void, they spotted out the rotation of SP.
And here comes Sharper Esports versus Void. And this is going to be a fight that's very important for Void as well. You got Vintor. And Team Flash in the fight with RRQ as well, but we're going to focus on the Void versus Sharper Esports. Molly of the Chaco. Chaco takes damage. Really have time. Oh, another Molly, and Chaco goes down.
And C2 tried to reset himself, hiding behind this door while the fight's still going on inside of that building. From the outside, they will get for the revival is going on, but at the same time we do have RRQ fighting on 52. Avoid Potato still trying to get over this compound. The rest of these Xaviers try to breach in, but he will outmaneuver and juke them out.
Xavier joined in on this fight as well. Virgin just got Molly down. So we have what?
အော်မသိပါဘူးကျွန်တော်အကိုကတစ်ချိန်လုံးဖုန်းပြောနေတာလားလို့ဖုန်းကဘလုံးကလည်းမဝင်ဘူးဖြစ်နေဟောအကိုမဟုတ်ဘူးအကိုဟိုကဘာလဲတကားလေးထည့်ပေးလိုက်ပြီလားလို့ကိုဒီမှာမေးနေလို့လေအားကြောင့်တကားလေးထည့်ပေးလိုက်ပြီလားလို့သိချင်လို့ပါ
We have so many fights commence at the same time. The kill feed is going crazy. AZ Slumber also giving away the position to catch up to the top 5 here.
ဘာလဲကြတော့ New Drake Evan နဲ့ Drake ရဲ့ Evan ကိုတီတီချာချာလေးချိန်ပေးပြီးတော့နားထောင်လိုက်ပါတယ် Evan 3ခုတောင် draw တာဆိုတော့ okay ဆိုတော့ oh shit သွားပြီလိုမျိုးပါပြီးလိုက်ရတယ်ပြီးသွားပြီတမန်မမြောက်ဘူး12တဲ့ဆိုတော့ကိုနားထောင်တာဘယ်ရောက်ရလဲကိုနားထောင်တာအကုန်ပြီးသွားပြီဒီ BBW တပုတ်ကြိုက်တယ်ဒီ Party Next Door နဲ့တပုတ်ကြိုက်တယ်ပြီးတော့ဒီပေါ့ဒီ Run to Atlanta ပေါ့ဒါကတော့အကောင်းဆုံးပုတ်ဖြစ်မယ်ထင်တယ်အဲ့ဒါလောက်ပဲကျွန်တော်ကြီးတော့တိတ်မ fine တိတ်ပြီးတော့အဲ့လိုမျိုးဆန်းပြဖြစ်မနေဘူး BBW ကတော့တော်တော်မိုက်တယ်လုံးဝဟို Bailey fan လို့ဘာလို့ EDM vibe ကိုသွားတာအဲ့အောက်ကဟာကြီးတော်တော်များများလည်းအဲ့လိုပဲသွားတာမိုက်ပါမဲ့ပဲ Evan 3ခုသလုံးမဲ့ပဲ what a met.
Put it bluntly, last map Falcons, it was a weird game because we had a slow OT of calling out of Kerrigan. We had a good start from Honesty, but a bad finish. We had a Nico that wasn't in full form, and they had a 6-0 start. So there are things that are left on the table. Spirit could punish here and make it a 2-0. If they do, we might not have a series. Falcons must respond.
Spirit looking to trade in Falcon series for another bit of silverware. The all-elusive trophies. For an organization that has tasted victory trying to get back to the top of that mountain. And right now, it's Falcons setting their eyes on this A site. Map 2 underway. And as they cross over towards this bench, oh, it's a little labored. Donk actually not able to catch his headshot. Zaire tries to go in for a little more. And that is what opens the door for Falcons to answer back. 3v3, you know you've got these duels queued up. And so Nico's got one as well. These 3 players alive for Falcons have each established a kill themselves.
These are floating. They want to fight, and Nico will find it. And that should be the one that seals it up. Magix doesn't have a way in.
မန်ရတော့မက်ကတော်တော် fair ဖြစ်တယ်မန်ရတော့သူတို့ရွေးထားတဲ့ map ကတော်တော် fair ဖြစ်တယ်ဒီမှာကြည့်လိုက်83 85 88 85ဆိုတော့နုလောက်တော့ရောက်မှာတေချာပေါက်ကတော့ဒီပွဲလဲ1-1ဒီပွဲလဲ fair ကွန်ကြိုက်တယ်ကောင်းနေကိုမတ်နဲ့ကိုကျွေးကြမှာဆိုတော့ဒီပွဲလဲ fair ကွန်ကြိုက်တယ်
Doing with those wins they had early on, and you know, the weird part was the fact that calling for Falcons, we talked about with Spirit, they oversimplified to just get back in the groove in the beginning. Well, Falcons oversimplified as the game got deeper, and that's not something you normally see with Kerrigan's calling. So there might have been a little bit of faith lost in what was happening, and if things were getting too difficult, even though they staged a full comeback. It's a quizzical moment, honestly.
There's a world where maybe even Kerrigan kind of had too much self-doubt, thought maybe he didn't have his finger on the pulse of the game.
You don't want to put too much into it because it's overtime versus the team who is more ready, has more. Falcons come in with 8 days of preparation. So the team that goes into overtime, who's been together practicing, playing tournaments, obviously you expect them to shine there.
Go MP9s to the top of middle. 4 SMGs in this round for Spirit. Trying to get this force buy underway. They'll take that fast clash to top mid, looking to usurp Falcon's start. Yeah, Kerrigan, I don't think he believes it. He knows somebody's in there. Donk dies for those efforts. But at that same time, Zontix robs one away with his MP9. Still, there's movement here from Spirit. We take that look towards ramp. He just goes to the other side of it.
Yeah, some blood has been spilled on this round, so Falcons will have to reassess the situation.
Jiro's got an open line.
This would be one hell of a flick.
No smoke either here for Falcons. That scout's going to be a looming threat. Excuse me. There it goes. Just the right piece of util to now push the pressure onto Magix. In contrast,
no splash.
Separates the first one from the rest of the pack, but Nico's trade's good. Remember, Zontix was low from this earlier engagement over on that A site, and he is nowhere to be found. And Jiro has had a couple.
Oh, there. Now, by a strategy, down one. Oh, the Sodom way of Hidwara, dear. Sodom way of Hidwara. တနိုင်လောက် round ဒီဘက် half မှာလိုချင်တော့ second round မှာဒါပေမဲ့အရင်အနေများပါတယ်အဲ့လိုမျိုး second round 4ပြီးတော့နိုင်သွားတယ်ဆိုတာလက်ကွာမှာပဲအဲ့ဒီကောင်လေးကကြိုးစားတာပေါ့နော် AK 2လက်လောက်ပဲပါတာဆိုတော့ဘာညာပြီးလိုက်ရတယ်မနိုင်ပါဘူးဒီစကောက်ကြီးကတစ်ချက်မှမပြေရတာမကြိုက်ဘူးပြီးတော့တီကနေဆိုပိုအောင်ဆိုးသေးတယ်စီတီကနေဆိုပိုအောင်ဆိုးသေးတယ်ဟိုကောင်တွေက plan နေပါရတာ AK က2လက်လောက်ပဲပါလို့ဖို့စားဆိုပေမဲ့အဲ့ဒါတွေကိုကေးရဖို့ chance ဟာမလွယ်ဘူးအဲ့ဒါတောင်တစ်ချက်
Site control, so there was a risk of him getting a multi-frag from that up-close position. Falcons survive it. We've got a little bit of utility coming into this round, a couple of upgraded pistols, but not much else.
Makes sense knowing how low Falcons were when they closed out last round. Try to keep this game cost-effective. Not wasting a moment now. Kyosuke smoked off from the connector play, just making sure that what he can see is clear for the taking. Sometimes a dangerous.
Nico AK ကဈေးကြီးဆုံး AK ပဲဈေးကြီးဆုံး AK နဲ့ပုတ်နေတာ
No threat in this, but a 5-7, a Desert Eagle shot. All of a sudden, Spirit could find themselves with hands on this AK. Kyosuke at least dropping one, but yes, gets overwhelmed. Look how perfect this is, and look who you give it to.
It's kind of scary. You give Donk his weapon.
He's playing with Kevlar.
Oh, that's the bomb gets dropped.
Oh God, this round's starting to fall apart. Donk is just frothing at the thought to swing out wide with this rifle, but it does get put back down.
They still have to go get it from Cat. The bomb is not in a great spot. It was spotted as well. They can go ahead and take over a site control, but there are bigger fish to fry at the moment here for Falcons. I don't even care that Spirit have pistols. It's Falcons who are the ones that are scared. They don't know where these players are flanking, and they don't know if it's better to go B, where the bomb is leaning to, or to jump off Cat and make it towards A, where there's still one more guy potentially.
We'll find out what they think. Step 1, grab that bomb. Step 2, make your decision and make it now. 5-7 flank activates. That's going to confirm. Shiro's going to have his hands full. Beautiful first shot. Falls on Nico. It's a little bit labored. He takes further damage.
18 health.
Oh, he's going to jump.
No.
He makes it over. The nade doesn't find him, but now he's got to try to find a chance to plant. 6 seconds. Another peek. Just the minimal bit of cover. Has to commit to this plan.
Tanir trying to intercept
Well,
that with AG was insane. He was right.
He
With
get
the
him
amount of time left on the clock. But that was almost certainly getting planted default, and Nico would have 100% died. Either way, he juggled his presence well and made him impossible to sort of, have to worry about a post-plant situation. Well, they give Donk an AK, it only ends up being 1 kill. This is more of a team effort, and just working stuff out of Spirit. Last round was also very competitive, so minimal investment. And a round win because of it.
One Galil for Kyosuke. Meant to be the star, shut down with nothing. Thanks to Zonta. Oh, and a team kill.
Yeah, that helped a little bit.
You get this ramp walk out. Nice and easy goes the rest of Falcons into the night. Damage racked up. Team Spirit looking very tenacious. In terms of taking this top middle fight, we saw it with the MP9, MP7 force buy in round 2. They tried to get going. Just looking to press into Falcons. This time, the distance with that M4, and we get a tied game only 4 rounds into this.
Last time they played up against Falcons on this map, they crushed them. And they have a very strong Mirage, but that goes both ways, and that's why this veto is actually really interesting. And fun. We've got the brawling maps up front.
Sure.
And we have no overpass, and we have no Inferno. Couldn't have really
Let's do this every day.
Just gonna try to flush this bomb into the B site for some money. Spirit gonna know that nade hit hard. You see the scramble already coming through. Falcons know that they've got to just go with tempo, and that's gonna get denied. It's money not made for Falcons, and extra cash stuffed in Magix's pockets. Glock of Nico dead, you'll find nothing. Rock solid out of Magix. That frag grenade gives him all the info he needs. Falcons losing a lead, 3-2 Spirit early on the CT side.
A total bounce back and a little bit of frustration here for Falcons. Now I have no doubt, just because they lost 1 map in a best-of-5 grand final, that there's lots of energy left over. This T side is not even close to finish. There won't be an op in play here on round 6. And honestly, utility is not that heavy.
Here we go, all in. Falcons try to play with electricity, and Donk's regained vision. He's gonna blindside Nico, collect SS's head, and this one is getting shredded. Wow. Total stoppage on that A ramp, a 1v5 attempt for Monacy, 2 kills in at least. But that is not what Falcons had visualized when they came running up that ramp.
Damn, that is an insanely scrimmy call to make. There's no molly under Balk. Obviously, this entire thing's running. They're just lamp flashing out of ramp. And because Donk is sitting there, he's happy. He's got a perfect line to get his 2 kills. Every round's played like that, and Spirit, they're going to be smiling from ear to ear.
Made so much more comfortable for Donk in the fact that he wasn't blind once he got his duels, right? There was a moment there where he ate 1. For a second, maybe you could have closed that gap, but you don't get the duel on Donk while he's blind. And I mean the millisecond. This guy's got his vision back. The chances of that A commitment actually sticking disappear, and you see it.
I think they came into that round with no mollies to work with, expecting the A site to be understaffed.
Wrong. Some Desert Eagles across the field for Falcons. Kyosuke is going to collect Donk's head. That's a great first kill to find. as far as Falcons are concerned. Because unlike back on Dust 2, you don't get the, 0-6 donk start? Sure, 6 deaths again, but he is being a part of these moments, and you can see his confidence brimming over in a round like this where he just goes for the underpass plays.
Still the single scariest thing on Mirage.
The scariest thing about Mirage is the thought of them taking it out of the map pool.
They'll never do that.
Engineer's gonna collect here as these Desert Eagles leave a lot to be desired. Spirit looking comfortable for a 4-rifle save. They would love to get their hands on this, right? Again, odds of just racking up costs versus Spirit increase significantly now that Kyosuke was meant to have grabbed that AK. He just walks right over it.
Okay, and nobody wants it. That's totally fine.
Sure.
That's interesting.
They'll leave it down there at the bottom of middle. And the Desert Eagle of Kyosuke gets nothing for his efforts. That walk around through the jungle. It's all shut down yet again. 4 players up with Spirit looking real comfortable here on Mirage.
Well, that is strange because they know exactly where Donk died. And I don't think that they would have expected that gun to be thrown away. So we go into another buy. Now the last round, it's not like they threw m0NESY with an up, everybody with full utility and said, let's go up A ramp. They came in with AKs. They had a smoke, a couple of flashes, and they said, we need to try to do something light, because if you do a default, we'll get outdone by the utility. We see all the Molotovs for the team that has so much money. But now on a round like this, we're seeing the m0NESY op come into play. I'm not saying it needs to be more complicated, but I'm expecting it to be more drawn out.
Hey, 1-1 ဖြစ်သွားပြီ 1-1 ဖြစ်သွားပြီမိမိစပတ် 1-1 ဖြစ်သွားပြီဒါပဲ man you a VAR တဲ့ဘာလို့ VAR လဲ
ဟုတ်ဗျာမကြုံပါဘူးမနော်မကြုံပါဘူးဘရူနိုရဲ့ပခုံးရှိနေပါဟုတ်တယ်မဘာဘူးဘလူကြည့်ရင်နော်မကြုံပါဘူး1-1မှာဆက်သမားကြီးနော်ကဲကွာကျေးဇူးပြုပြီးလောက်ကြပါကွာမင်းတို့နော်ပါတယ်
1-1 let's go 1-1 let's go 1-1 let's go ထိန်ချိတ်တာတယ်ဒါပဲ Nottingham Forest Spirit ကတကယ်ပြစ်နေတာကွာဖန်ကောင်မကောင်နေနိုးမလာတာသေးဘူးဒီတိုင်းဆိုရင်တော့3-0တောင်ဖြစ်သွားမလားမသိဘူးဟာတော်စီရောရှိလို့အောက်2-1လေဟာဘလို့2 what the fuck
ဟာလားလက်ထိပေါ်တောင်းနေရလားနော်ကုညာ2-1မှာဒါပေမဲ့လို့ဒန်လူကြီးကတော့ပြန်ပြီးတော့စစ်နေတဲ့ပုံစံမျိုးပဲ
ဟာခဏကမှ1-1
အောင်ဝဲကိုမခံနိုင်ဘူးပြင်နေမင်းတို့ကနော်ကိုကောင်တွေအောင်ဝဲခံမှုကိုတိတ်စိတ်ဝင်စားဘူးပြင်နေဟလားအောင်ဝဲခံမှုကိုတိတ်စိတ်ဝင်စားဘူးပြင်ဟမ်
RDC အောက်မှာအားချောင်းနေတဲ့ RDC
ဂျိုင်းမလားနော်ဟိုအဲ့မှာလေဘလော့ရှိလိုက်တယ်တော့မင်းပြောမရအောင်နော်မင်းဆက်သမားတွေနော်ကိုကဘာဖြစ်အောင်မလဲတော့မသိဘူးကြာမင်းကုညာကမင်းအောင်ဝဲကိုမခံဘူးဆရာကြီးဘူးမကဘူးမကကောဘာလို့လဲနေကောဘာလို့လဲနေအဲ့တော့ဒီဘက်ကပြဘလို့မြန်မှာတော့ဟုတ်တယ်မလားမင်းအန်ကဲကတခြားဘက်ကပြလी
အဲ့ကောင်ကတွန်းမပေါဘူးဖြစ်နေတာ
ဘူးမူကြီးဖြစ်လာဘူးမူကြီးပဲဟာဘူးမူနဲ့ဘရူနိုကြီးပဲဘာဖြစ်ဒီပွဲရသိလားဘူးမူနဲ့ဘရူနိုကြီးပဲဖြစ်လာရင်ဩသွားကြည့်မှာကြီး
ကဲလက်လေးထိလိုက်မလားပွဲကလည်းကြည့်လို့မရအောင် RTZ ရေးမင်းဘာလုပ်နေရလဲ RTZ
အဲ့တော့အကြာကြီးတော့မကြည့်ပါနဲ့ကွာဒီလိုပွဲလေးမှာတော့နော်ငါအဲ့လို
Nico will have a lot of time to think here up in Palace because there's no chance that he can win this round. And we continue with more simple ideas. Now, we don't really see what that round could have flourished into if some trades went down and it became a 3v3. And maybe that's what Kerrigan's looking for, a chance to get creative with a team, because in the mid-round, it really comes down to how smart your individuals are. But from a setup perspective, Spirit dropped the nade on Kerrigan as that default took place. They had the crossfire. They knew when to disrespect utility that Falcons were going for.
Beulah.
အေးကြားလာပြီလို့မင်းဘာလို့မလုပ်ပါကွာမင်းအချိန်ရမှမရှိဘူး58မိနစ်ဖြစ်သွားပြီရောင်ကြီး Go stand in အာ go ပေးတဲ့ရောင်နေရေနော် go ပေးတဲ့နော်အဲဆရာသမားတူဟမှာအမှုမိုကိုကုညာထအဝက်ကမှာအားလို့တကယ်ကောင်းနေရောကုညာနော်
ဟောတူးဝင်လေ
Spirit showing
that their evolutions
are not to be toyed with.
Now this map pick from
Falcons, what is that?
Can still be taken over at a moment's notice. When Donk decides to do what he wants, it will cost Falcons players every step of the way. They go down into the 4v5. They are at least able to reclaim that AK. Nico never really had a chance. As Donk, unorthodox peek into underpass, catches him entirely off guard. So now it's Kyosuke's turn with the rifle to try to make something happen. Tesses over towards this B site. It's got the door frame to keep him protected. He doesn't want a piece of Magix by the looks of it. We go to 50 seconds, and that bomb looking to join forces, looking to group back up alongside the rifle. There is a singular flashbang for Falcons to try to catch Spirit off guard. We saw them win rounds with less on Dust 2. Here it comes, a Hail Mary moment as they try to fly down through this B site, and it is Magix to lock it in for the first two, but there is also an answer. Falcons have put their hands on another gun. Kerrigan separated from the bomb. They've at least got that money made.
Why don't we call this a must-win round for Falcons? Not a lot of health here for Modesty, but great positions. And Tenier, instant execution.
This guy is tapping into some real potential tonight. Modesty's 29 health, looks to time it. Shiro's head pop, Tenier on the chase. A 1v1 now as Modesty brings him back into that site, but there is no hesitation. No missed opportunity at the hands of Tenier.
They're ice cold in all these moments. They've got perfect confidence. They've already achieved their quota. They got 8 on the CT side. We know how Falcons are going to be happy to switch over, but not with a maximum of 4 rounds. Those not even guaranteed.
It was so impressive watching Tenier find his groove back on Dust 2, right? Those constant long flanks, his timings. I haven't seen Tenier make a move that makes it feel like he's second-guessing himself.
No, we thought the major coming up is going to be interesting if this Falcons project is successful with Kerrigan. Well, for Spirit, in terms of being a contender, it's interesting if Tenier can be the final piece of the puzzle. And if his maturation is complete, because we've also seen his potential. We understand why Spirit took a chance on him.
We've seen that with multiple new pieces added to this Team Spirit roster. Zway didn't work, gets replaced. Tenier looking shaky as well for as long as it did. And we wondered whether it would be a player that gets the boot or whether we get a change-up in, say, the coaches. This new and improved Team Spirit is starting to feel like too much for Falcons to keep up with, at least on 8 days' notice.
But try and try again. They'll throw somebody through that window, and Donk has been here every time.
Dude, he's been watching this. Yeah, it's an early window timing. There's nothing to cover it up. There's no pressure anywhere else on the map. Just hoping he's not looking.
Tries
to draw everybody back to join forces. They're gonna go numbers strong. The last time they hit, it did look good.
That's true, and that might be what they're thinking. You see the structure completely vanish in favor of one simple idea. You start to think, do they have outs? They do have this lurk at the top of middle. Yeah, and Kerrigan looks to make this a little bit more interesting.
Players added to it, but it feels like Spirit's still getting wind of what's going on. We see that lean from Donk through the marketplace. You would hope that Falcons...
They won't pull a single rotation.
Donk does second guess it just as the cross comes through, but Magix has been rock solid, and he's got that support from Zontix. m0NESY tagged down to 7, now he just wants to leave, but it's already TeSeS committed to this, and m0NESY's departure will be chased down. This would be an extra bit of disaster.
Oh, they're running for him.
Running for the hills.
From everywhere.
6 seconds to survive. Magix will try to sprint him down. It's going to be close. 2 left.
Just don't miss.
And he'll find both those shots. m0NESY with a Hail Mary hold will at least get his op, but that is the slimmest of silver linings we could look to give Falcons as they move into this last round of their attack.
Yeah, that's literally it. He'll keep it for one more chance, but we need to see the impact, man. m0NESY at the beginning of Dust 2, he was really at the front of the pack, getting lots of kills. CT side was going his way, and his scoreline stayed good the whole time, but the impact started to miss a little bit. Shots were less consistent. Kerrigan was doing a great job on the CT side of putting him in a new spot every single CT round. So we credited him for getting those kills. There is that impact.
That's what happens with the op not denied. 5v4 to Falcons. Every time you think you see a warning for Donk, like that spam Kerrigan tried to get him by the window, just kind of opens him up to go for a fight. And this time Kerrigan just sprints, runs for the hills, looks to get away from this. It is drawing this lean from Spirit into the connector slash window hold. And within that movement, as we see Shiro double back towards Ticket, it's gonna be Tanir top stairs.
The op slow.
Blindside's one. Magix on that secondary op has picked a player off of the B side. So you've got an op on retake. 2 of the 3 remaining playing with snipers. And m0NESY's gonna know this.
Now they're gonna give him the middle of the site. Kyosuke's got connector control, which is something very nice for this post plant, but m0NESY will have to be the star of the show.
Nate goes over top from Ticket. We've got smoke grenades to cover that bomb, and Magix hangs on to this angle that now pushes Kyosuke into a 1 versus 3 clutch. We'll see if they can figure this out, whether he can catch them off guard, maybe line up some bodies, but on top of the utility, it's made all the more difficult, and it seems to know, like they have him pinned in with him revealing himself to the Magix frag. Soon there's gonna be hands on bomb. That bomb's got 10 seconds left and no defuse just yet. Shiro trying to find him. He's got to go for the peak. 6 on the clock. Shiro gets denied. It is a pistol, and 1 for the road is the 3rd for Falcons. Kyosuke draws them into him and will give Falcons at least the slightest hope.
That was not an easy situation to distill a heroic effort there, and actually one that results in the round winning. That's huge for Falcons, and a chance for them actually on CT side. Massive amount of leverage found with this. We try to underscore Kyosuke's talents, but as he's joined the team, you know, the results, they've been consistent, but they have...
8တော့မှာအိပ်ပြန်အိပ်ရှင်နေအေးမောပြန်အိပ်တော့မန်ယူပွဲလေးစောင့်နေတာ1-1လေးပြန်သွင်းလိုက်မလားလို့
to be in his debut. Obviously, coming from Spirit Academy, getting compared to Donk. Like, you can't have a bigger shadow cast over you. Like, there is generational talent, and then there's Donk. You know, it's another level.
Nice, Maxime! Nice, man. This was fucking important round, man.
You do love to hear that again. Keeping hope alive. Suddenly the crowd wants Falcons.
ပြန်လာလိုက်တော့
The bomb site's vacant. Spirit are going to get a plan.
Feeling
Feeling like a retake needed. Kerrigan does have a defuse kit for it, but here comes that fake util over top. 2 players committed to it still from Spirit. We're going to get Shiro taking a look at the site. This is all a hoax. And on top of it, 5v4 for Kerrigan. I said they'd get the plan, but Kerrigan could have stopped this. He's got the kill to Donk. That's big. They're going to press into him, clear that up, and guarantee this bomb goes down. Zontic's already taking a look into the marketplace with a smoke on the window. That kit is dangerously close for the defuse.
They wish they could pick that up and throw it away, but Nico gets a kill. 4v2.
Another one picked up. That's inside of the apartments. So suddenly Tenier is eventually going to have to deal with that wrap through apps. Nico soon to be on the scene. Zontix pushes into the back of these 3. All of a sudden, Falcon starting to feel scrambled, but he goes down with nothing. And it is missed opportunities and a second pistol to come up Falcon.
Yeah, I had to double check that because they only got 3 rounds with a pistol, but now that they get both, they put themselves in an actual interesting spot. Lobster jam. Kerrigan's the answer to Donk, by the way, some of these situations. He can actually just straight up outduel him if there's no distractions.
Used to be a world where we talked about
Yeah,
Nico as Donk's final boss.
His history with Donk is excellent too in their head-to-head. Things haven't really changed on that front. The only question is Nico's form overall. But there is no question about Kyosuke's form overall. He was a heavy impact player back on Dust too. You guys are right, Falcons may be in business.
Where there's a will, there is a way. And we all know Kerrigan refuses to concede. It's about the rifles around him to prop up the chances. And if Kerrigan wants this to actually happen, well, he's going to have his hands busy in a moment as well. That Galil in Magic's hands leads this walk up towards the apps. Kerrigan peeks in on perfect timing. He'll
let it rip.
We get this Tenier MP7 rebuttal. Jumps down into the site, gets a second. Modesty off of the
ground.
Make sure majority all with rifles. And Falcons make this a 9-5 game.
Falcons didn't have enough to make that first half interesting. They just didn't have the depth. They didn't have the trading. All of Spirit's HEs kind of told the whole story. If you just watched those, you saw that Spirit were in the right place for every situation. But now that Spirit go over to the T side, obviously Kerrigan could look like he didn't have enough for the team on the attack. But now it's Magic's, another test for him, another T side to have to close out on. This game is not over.
The kind of damning first half that will have you pounding your desk versus a buy like this. Donk's not going to play in secrecy. He lets you know what he's up to. Desert Eagle on the other side of that B apartment. Smoke. One or two kills in a round like this, Team Spirit will take their time. And also try out utility. Get Falcons to play their game. Maybe just kind of tabulating what Falcons are up to. Nico kind of freed up versus pistols. Will die to the Tenier Tech 9. Kyosuke on for revenge. Winds up being the second victim. Tenier has 4 HP, 2 kills already, and Monacy dinked to 44 health.
How is he hunting him down? He's got,
see ya.
Knife in the smoke. Say, get out of my window.
Extra money made. That'll make up for Kyosuke and Nico's deaths. There are rifles out here on the field for Shiro to try to grab, but he wants a headshot more than anything, and he will be denied by that one. Tessess making sure majority survives again. 3-round game here on map 2.
See the small breath there from m0NESY as he looks over towards NiKo. With the scoreline getting a touch closer, it sort of feels like it's about surviving right now. You don't really need to call impressive things. They know they don't have Spirit scared just yet, but this would be the round.
We get ops on both ends. That little bit of extra money made by the knife as well move forward in m0NESY's coffers. We had that early look at a donk towards the B side of the last round. Right now it's Shiro posting his op over towards the B apps, hoping that maybe Kerrigan jumps up into the scope. That's not gonna happen, and he peels away from it early. This round is gonna tell us a lot about what's to come.
The new power is coming.
You do want a premium way, my yard, man.
I won't always be around to protect you.
Huh?
There comes a
time
when we all have to say goodbye. Get out of there, Mando. This is the way.
Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu. Invisalign uses a superior material, provides precise teeth movement, offers better rebound, and is...
Sees the shadow, misses his chance. Donk's gonna just chase you down. Sure, Zontix dies as he tries to get out through that palace. Donk's head taken off. Josuke's got the answer. So will Shiro. Numbers even. Support piece in place. There's also a battle of the flanks going down over towards B still. It's patience from Tenier, but he hits the ground. And TeSeS right now has no helping hands. 30 seconds on this clock.
Bomb gets out. Magic's gonna make this marathon of a run all the way over to B. Hope that no one can cut him off in this situation. Hope that no one's taken over mid and pushed underpass. And Tenier has a chance to get a kill to lock this up. But if he doesn't clear this, there's a chance that Kerrigan swings default and Tenier sees it.
Done.
It's done.
Bullet to the back of the head. Timing missed there for the Falcons.
Oh.
Although Shiro will reopen the realm of possibility so long as NiKo can do something in what is right now this 1v2 on B site. Magix better stay in cover. Moving around is giving NiKo a chance to get out. Oh, but blindsided. Magix finds that perfect timing just as TeSeS looks to go. And it is Magix with not only the perfect call to peel away from that A site, but also a couple of slick headshots to secure those double digits.
The fact they kept options open with a lurk towards B, sometimes that guy can come in, get off of Cat, and be the reason you win a post plan on the A site if it's on the back of triple. But in this situation, towards the A ramp, and that sandwich underground crossfire, Spirit knew they made the wrong decision by going A and had a chance to change their mind. That's all the depth that we're looking for to turn losing positions into winning ones. Falcons had a big chance to take all the money away for Spirit and give themselves another anti-eco.
Over top of stairs. Luckily for them, TeSeS holds off Palace. NiKo's got to come up with something. It's that flash from Magix.
Another Magix flash.
Just keeps sprinkling in the perfect decision, the perfect play, and the headshots in that last round. Donk and Shiro making the most of the moment to secure this 11th for Spirit. You know where TeSeS has got off to.
He flashed to CT and blinded default while Donk avoided it, covering everything. That one rests on such a fast timing.
Bruno!
It needed to be perfect.
Yes! Abu Mo, dia tu dia banyak Abu ya.
It might give him a little bit more.
Feels well deserved. Just as you thought maybe Falcons had fight left in them, Spirit, thanks to Magix, now lead by 5.
He can hold a mouse too. Terrible for m0NESY. This ends up being an early death for him. And right here, jumping, looking down, right past default, knowing the flashes are going overhead, and NiKo eats it. It feels like he had a chance, but in reality, he never did.
What a ball of energy Donk can be. And how desperate Falcons must feel. 5 USPs in this one. 12th round for Spirit, guaranteed. A 2-0 right there for the taking. And we all know how unlikely best of 5 comebacks are. This will be Falcons hoping to get back into guns after this round. Hanging on for dear life.
And the crowd, they're loving the carnage. They just want more of it.
And you got to get low navy. Oh, you know, Germany though, to get low navy.
Spirit won't have to split atoms to pilot this round to a win. Even with the B stack coming out, it's just so no pistol upgrades whatsoever. Good luck when your opponents have cat control.
Donk on the hunt in the MAC-10 first blood. Still the advantage. 2 kills to the 1 mag of MAC-10. Kerrigan's USP. Something, but we're gonna get that bomb moving back as the vacancy on A site's found. And m0NESY lingers just a bit longer. That's a USP ding. Look at these health bars and tell me, do you believe? Are you a madman?
Do I believe he's gonna? Well, he's got an AK now. And they're all looking for him, which is kind of funny. Magix ends up getting the kill.
3-2 high la. Oh. ကဲလောက်ပါအောင်နောက်တစ်လုံးတော့တည်ဆိုရပြီတည်ဆိုရပြီတည်ဆိုရပြီတည်ပဲလိုချင်တာပါလို့တည်ပဲလိုချင်တာပါလို့နော်ကောင်းလို့တော့ဘုံငေါ်တဲ့နဲ့ကျင်းအားကျိုးနဲ့ကြောင်းအဲနဲ့နဲ့တိုင်မြောင်းမှာမင်းလုံးမကောင်းနော်တည်လေးရဲ့အနိုင်လေးဆိုရင်တော့အရန်ကောင်းတာပေါ့လေတည်လေးနဲ့မောင်းထည့်တွဲထားပြီးတော့အနိုင်လေးကထည့်ထားတာ
Sopfix thinking, hey.
ကိုရီးယားနောက်စီဇန် UCL ကမ်းမှာနော်တဲ့ဟာချန်ပီယံလိမှာတောက်လျှောက်ဟိုကလုပ်ပေးမယ်နော်ဘက်ကံပေးမယ် Don't worry တောက်လျှောက်ဘက်ကံပေးမယ်စိတ်မပူနဲ့
Pressure situations, then he would have never been destined for Team Falcons.
Let's see what they've got to offer. Out the gate, they're not worried about A. It's already really interesting. We've seen Spirit instantly go into a ramp play. Out of room. Contention if this becomes a later round. Spirit's default is ambiguous. They're looking for info. Been very good at finding this opening kill. Falcons are clasping their hands and praying that they find the right timing. And Taneer looks to threaten this. If he pops up at all...
Right there. Gets dinged. Taneer lucky to be alive as Nico's M4 just can't find a second bullet to connect. And if he tries to walk out to the window, you just sign up versus Donk.
He just doesn't believe anyone's back there. There's no support for him inside the
building. ကောင်ကရှေ့ကထွက်သွားမှလို့နောက်တော့အဲ့ဘောက်မင်းကိုဆက်ထောက်ထားမှာဗောကွာဒီကူရမင်းအုံနောက်လည်းမပါတော့ဘူးလားမသိပါဘူးကွာဘာလို့အရန်လောနေတာခလေးလည်းမဟုတ်ဘူးအသက်ကြီးနေ Plains တန်တားလောတယ်
Ollie on Cat
ဘာလီလောလို့လောနေမှမသိ
Honestly scrambled over towards this A site.
A
lot of responsibility right now on his own. His connector player just tucked into the corner. SS toying with the thought of something coming out through middle, but now we get this announcement from Team Spirit. Utility flies out the ramp. Magix has been cleared. That's step 1 for Falcons to rebuttal in round 19.
How has Taneer done this again? He's already on this full flank. They were waiting for him to get in this spot. Donk gets one, but everybody on the A site goes down.
Shiro walking through.
The flank must be him now.
Now Taneer activating alongside Shiro from the other side of this. They pull apart that setup. SS knows that Taneer's got to be low HP from that Nico headshot early. Second player spotted, turns in between. Makes sure Mirage keeps rolling.
Falcons. He pulls the clutch out, and they'll chug along. A 7th round here for Falcons, a close call. They hadn't gotten those kills as quickly as they did. Taneer's flank only would have become more potent. He would have loved to walk the whole way with the bomb plan down and sight control to guarantee that round. And it becomes a 5-round game.
They lean away from playing in the site.
Oh, yeah, my.
There's m0NESY right there towards stairs. So it begins.
Not a worry in the world here for Spirit. Just one more chance with rifles and a little bit of extra money left over.
And really a round that could have actually just been a more comfortable moment for Falcons. Nico dying to Donk like that on his attempt to take down Taneer in middle after he had already departed. God, that could have been gut-wrenching for Falcons to die on Nico's sword. And it really did come down to Nico just writing off the thought that there were players over towards top mid.
And maybe, you know, him dropping. Oh, okay, Tessus, that's dangerous, man. He has to try to evacuate immediately. And they're going to fight him the whole way through, but he might be able to make it. No, it's a punish. And it might be a game-ending punish.
It's another 5v4 moment. Falcons survived the last one round to go. Nico dead to Tanier. Taps over top of the cat bricks. The world lies on Monacy's shoulders. And with that smoke soon to fade inside Connector, he's got plenty of bodies on the left side. But
they're already by his scope.
Tanier is out. Tanier is out, but hasn't spotted it. Now Monacy knows. But Tanier's so close. Nothing you can do about this. Kerrigan's late arrival out through jungle finds back turn.
No way.
And at the same time,
Kyosuke's
already gotten to frag. We go 1v1.
Shiro, he'll pick the op up for the 1v1. Bomb gets planted. Kyosuke hits to squeeze this.
Ops on the line. Falcons plucked from the sky. And suddenly this shutdown on Mirage becomes a damnation for the Falcons in a best of 5. A massive comeback ask of a team with 8 days of practice.
တလုံးတော့ရအောင်မလားကဲခဏအိတ်လိုက်အောင်မေကောင်နာပွဲကြီးကလည်းမကောင်းကောင်နာပွဲကြီးကလည်းစော့ကျင်တယ်လို့စော့ကဲခဏအိတ်လိုက်အောင်မေဘိုင်ဘိုင်ပါ 3-0 နဲ့တူတယ်ဒီတိုင်းဆိုရင်ရှင်မပြစ်နိုင်ဘူးဖြစ်အန်ရှန်ကတော့ကောင်းမှာ78 75 Bye bye.